Hey everyone, how's it going? Richard GM Bloodworth here, kind of doing an impromptu, in between going outside and shoveling, anywhere from between 2 and 4 inches of snow. We've been going out so far this morning. 10 o'clock was the first time we went out. We shoveled about 4 inches of snow. It's been dropping about 2 inches per hour, and going steady, and seems to be going steady for the next 7 to 10 hours more to go, something like that. So definitely a big snowstorm. Thankfully, the snow is very light. So between our shovels and our small electric snow blower, we've been doing fairly fine. I figured I would jump in. My Discord is not working. At least the Discord app is not working. So, I was like, all right, let me just jump on a stream, and every once in a while throughout the day, I just touch bases with my subscribers out there, my members out there, and hopefully you're all faring, equally well. Inside, nice and warm. Like I said, the snow is not very difficult to move, especially as long as I get out there along with my family every 2 hours or so. We'll be able to move it along, and let's talk about my favorite topic is talking about tabletop role playing games, and whether that's TTRPGs like Dungeons and Dragons, or um, Dragon Slayer, or any of the other ones, OSC or whatnot, or if it is computer gaming as well, which I'm a big fan of, and recently restarted playing some New Vegas. So, but anyway, let me know how you're all doing out there in the apparently this is like a huge, huge storm that's hitting not just the East Coast, but it hit parts of the Midwest as well, and it's pretty strong right now, going through the middle portion of New York State. Like I said, we've been getting about 2 inches per hour. Um, but anyway, back on the topic that is of highest interest to me, and that is tabletop role playing. Um, Really, a lot of great videos out there. Everyone's doing, or a lot of people have done their top ten games of all time in the TT, RPG area. And interesting enough, we don't have as much crossover, and games in common that is actually really nice to see. I mean, I know Shadow and Son and I, we shared we shared at least Villains and Vigilantes second edition, but really not many of the other games were similar. And I know another person commented on my channel that Conan 2D20 is by far their most favorite game, and that was like my number 6 or 7, I believe. In my top 10 certainly, and one that I truly did enjoy, a great deal, and I wish it was still alive. But to have somebody come in and say, "Hey, you mentioned my favorite, number one game of all time." Um, I know someone recently just chatted in my comment section and said, I should do one for games that were post 2007. And I was like, I was wondering what the significance of 2007, was. So I'm waiting to get a response back. Um, but if I just stuck to a list of modern, like my favorite moderns, that I could certainly do, and I can put that together. I don't know if I would have a top 10 within my favorite modern games, but I know certainly some would be fairly obscure. and which is great anyway. I enjoy that. But if you want to chime in and talk about some of your top 10, um, let's keep that on topic too. What's your top 10 modern games? And what I'll describe as modern is anything post. You know, we can use, like I said, I don't know what that 2007 was. Um, but yeah, if you want to do post 2007, I think 2007 might actually be 3.5. So everything post 3.5, D&D 3.5. Let me see. Let me see if I can get the significance of that date or year. So so TTRPGs post 2007. And let's see, list of tabletop role playing games. Let's see, post 2007. So let's see if I can alter these dates and see what we end up here with post 2007. I'm scrolling and I can actually share this screen and let's see, we can discover this together. So I am scrolling to 2007. So let's go to 2006 and then we'll start working our way up here. So we have Witch Hunter, The Invisible World. We have Tenra War. We have Spion's Story, Now in the Cold War Berlin by Ron Edwards. Now, Ron Edwards I've heard of. I've actually interviewed him years and years ago. Here's Quinn, The Warring States by Cubicle 7. Monster and the Other Childish Things. I'm not seeing anything like jump out as like, oh my gosh, this is the Gumshoe System. I've heard of this now. That's from Pelican Press. That's in Pellegrine Press, sorry. That's in 2007. Gray Ranks, not familiar with that. Cthulhu Tech is 2007. Changeling, The Lost Battlestar Galactica role-playing games from Margaret Weiss Productions. The Cortex system, that's 2007. Labyrinth Lord, D&D Basic Set 2007 and 2009. So Warhammer 40K role-playing was 2008. So let's see if I have any of these and see if that is, in fact, what he was bringing up. I will check to see. Let me close one of these windows here. Check to see if anybody is commenting in the comments section. If you want to join in this discussion, you're certainly welcome to do so. I will actually post the invite for you to jump in if you want to jump in on this. That didn't seem to work. Perhaps my internet is not working as much as I thought. Nope, that's not working. For some reason, I cannot chat in this chat box here, and maybe others are having the same difficulty. So anyway, I can't invite anybody in. Let me stop sharing. Maybe that's the issue. All right, let's see if we can get the chat working here. Might be having some let's try this. Yeah, for some reason, chat is not working. So I can't bring you in as far as I can tell right now. So anyway, I will see. There might just be some internet issues even though this seems to be working, I will still continue going through my list here and see. Um, yeah, because I don't see any chats coming in through. Um, I don't see any chats coming in through this here, and I don't see why. So I might shut down this stream anyway. Um, if it's not working, if you cannot engage in this, then I will. Let me see if it's coming through on YouTube. So keep on watching. I am switching over to YouTube and see if your chats, if anything, are coming through on YouTube. All right, so yes, your chats are coming in on YouTube, but not through Restream. So let's see if I can cut and paste the Restream link over into YouTube. There you go. So you can join in on the YouTube side if you are following over on YouTube, and hopefully you'll get the invite to come into the stream here on this end. I will take the chat off here, and I will monitor the comments on the YouTube side here on my end here on a different device, so I can kind of do both at one time. On this end, I will take the chat. All right. So now I can see your chat here on. Now I can see your chat here on YouTube. Sorry about that. So I will read some of your comments here, and cold and clear here in PNW. Let's see, Coco, no snow, but real frigid. Yep, Squirrel, probably more. Just a guess. Power is on. All 8 inches of snow where you're at. Yes, it's definitely a heavy snowstorm. Would advanced OSC count as a post 2007 as a clone of BX? Yes, it certainly would. Yes, OSC would certainly be in any of the games listed as post 2007, and yes, I would definitely put it in there. I'm not sure again why the why the chat is not working on Restream, but you're at least seeing it, and like I said, I will monitor your chats in on YouTube instead. You can link there and join backstage if you're going to try to, and that might be possible on Restream. Again, I'm not sure, but you're welcome to try to get in on there. So anyway, I will monitor both and see how this is going. The other thing I could do is when I come back a little bit later on, because I'm going to be live streaming throughout the day, and in between shoveling snow, we're going to probably go back out again in about 45 minutes or so, 45 minutes to an hour. We're planning on going out every 2 hours just to clear off, so that we're never trying to push more than 8 inches of snow at a time. We are projected to get about 24 inches at least. So let me get back to sharing. And so we're going to share and go back to this list here. So I'm going to continue on, and we're up to 2008, and I'm just looking for ones that jump out, right? So Dark Heresy Warhammer 40K role-playing game was 2008. Sword and Wizardry by Matthew Finch was 2008. So that's another one that would certainly make that listing of everything post 2007. We have Pathfinder in 2009, so that might very well make it. Rogue Trader for Fantasy Flight Games was 2008. It's basically Warhammer 40K. Let's see. Judge Dredd role playing from Mongoose, Traveler, 2009. Um, Looking for other ones that just jump out. Um, Stars Without Number was 2010. Then let's see, the Dresden Files. I've heard of that. That's a Fate variant game. Urban Fantasy. That was 2010. DC Adventures, Mutants and Masterminds from Green Ronin was 2010. Apocalypse World was Powered by the Apocalypse, 2010. So I guess 2007 was a purposeful selection, purposeful year to use as a benchmark. Star Wars role playing from Fantasy Flight was 2012. Dungeon World was 2012. Hyperborea RPG was 2012. Well, it was called something different in 2012, I believe. It was Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea. Prior to that, largely an AD&D based. I like that. That was 2012. Well, actually, that probably was the date when it was called that, and then it's third edition now. So I'm not quite sure. That was Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers. Let's see. Other ones that jump out. And that would certainly be within my list of modern role-playing games as well. D20 for Snow Initiative. Yes, yeah, definitely. Like I said, I wish I could bring up and post up your comments here, and show those on there, but I can't. That the comments are not working on Restream. Hopefully that works a little bit later on, a little bit better. And let's see if I can get this to display a little bit. Oh, this might be slightly better. Yeah, this will be better. You can see this better. So let me get back to my list. Black Hack was 2016. Adventures in Middle Earth was by Cubicle 7 with 2016. So how did we skip over 2015 D&D? Why wasn't D&D 2015 listed on here? That's interesting. Firefly, Margaret Weiss Productions was 2014, 2015. Zweihander was 2017. Yeah, no mention of Dungeons and Dragons. Conan Adventures at Age of Dreamed of was 2017. It was published in 2017, but I don't think we actually got it until 2019. City of Mist, I've heard of. Also Modifius. Blades in the Dark, Evil Hat, 2017. Iron Sworn, Powered by the Apocalypse again. Forbidden Lands, Free League, 2018. Old School Essentials was 2019. The Basic Expert sets from the Necrotic Gnome. Alien Role-Playing Game was 2019. Vassin was 2020. Now we're getting to very, very Morkborg was 2020. Cyberpunk Red, 2020. I'm just taking a look at the ones that really do jump out as being well known. I don't think Avatar was all that well received role playing game, but that was 2022. Powered by the Apocalypse, another one. Shadow Dark 2023. Um, from Arcane Library. Yeah, a big one for me. Love that game system. Let's see what else we have here. Fabula Ultima. I want to take a look at that one. That's Japanese video games. Um, I want to take a look at that. That's an Italian publisher as well. Need Games. Um, so an interesting video recently about Italian publishers in the tabletop role playing area. So Blade Runner came out in 2023 from Free League. Um, and then we have Daggerheart in 2025, Draw Steel in 2025, Nimble. I hear a lot of work, a lot of stuff about Nimble, but I'm not familiar with it. Outgunned, I've heard a lot of positive 2024. So yeah, list of the notable tabletop role-playing games, not including computer role-playing games, MMOs, and clearly not including Dungeons and Dragons in this list either, because they skipped straight over it. So not even a mention of D&D. They didn't mention Pathfinder Second Edition either. They just put the Pathfinder First Edition in there, so kind of strange. But anyway, I will stop sharing there and get back over to here. Yes. So Modifius does Fallout, which I have, and I've run it, and I'm looking to continue running it in at the next convention I'm going to. I'm certainly running it, and I'm looking to run it elsewhere as well. I have to tweak that starting adventure that I had created for it, and the setting that I set it in was here in the mid Hudson Valley of New York, actually closer to upstate New York, and so that was another thing I'm working on currently. And yeah, I'm a big fan of the Fallout game system. It worked really well in the convention with both young players and older, and we had a great time with it. So I'm looking forward to doing that again, and I'm looking forward to actually building up my my adventures for it, and just creating various scenarios and everything. And still, my Restream is not allowing me to chat on Restream. So I will be monitoring your chats on here on YouTube, and I can respond at least here on YouTube. So it's a little bit disjointed from what it normally would be. So I apologize for that. But yeah, maybe there's some. I had some like internet connectivity issues with Discord. The Discord app was not working, so I think some things might be affected by this storm. So anyway, let's see. I see a new icon here. Engage with your audience. I'm kind of doing that. Yeah, I don't need to do that. I'm already doing that. And more on the expensive side. I'm not. I mean, is Fallout really that expensive compared to other tabletops? I don't believe so. And they do a lot of sales as well. Um, you know, BECME, I don't know where BECME is coming in. It's certainly in my top 10. That was my number. That was my number 7. Let me double take. Let me take a look at my my list here. So I will go through my top 10 once again. So my number one, if you didn't catch that video, my number one was AD&D First Edition. That is the game system that I played the most. DM James was having issues yesterday with Restream chats as well. Yeah, so thank you for that update. Yeah, they just might be having an issue with that. Like I said, Discord on the app is not working either. So we'll see where that goes. But yeah, thanks you for that notice, Coco. So yeah, so here's my top 10. So number one, AD&D First Edition. In case you didn't check out that video, if haven't checked out that video, go take a look at it real quick too. That's a real quick 30-minute or so. But I went through all 10. So number one, AD&D First Edition. Number two, Shadow Dark. Number three, Twilight 2000, the first edition of Twilight 2000. My number four game was of all time. These are of all time. Was D&D Backmate. All right, basically the basic and expert primarily. Number five, so making my top five was Star Frontiers, and I like all three iterations of Star Frontier. So I like Alpha Dawn, I like Nighthawks, and I like Zebulon's Guide. And primarily because of the setting and just the feel that you get when you're playing it, not so much the rules mechanics. I'm not a huge fan of character generation and the way you started off with those. You know, you have to have matching numbers. So like five, like let's say a 45 and two different stats, and you can only adjust them within that stat pairing rather than just having a different amount in every single thing. So they were, I'm not a big fan of that, but love that game system, completely. My number six, so this is my top 10. If you didn't catch my video from yesterday, my number six of all time is Castles and Crusades, and that's a system that is a system that I will continue to go back to. I've run about three campaigns using that system, and every campaign has run about at least 6 months, and if not slightly longer on the longest of them. And yeah, it's a game system that I absolutely love the Siege engine and how it works and how it streamlines things. I'm just struggling to find the right match for it as a campaign setting. Like, where do I use that game system best as a campaign setting? One that will really lend itself to the game mechanics of the system and so that's kind of a weird thing. I think that it's like I'm struggling to find the proper setting for it. I've tried it in Aired, I've tried it in Greyhawk, and maybe I have to just use it in my own homebrewed world setting and see where I take it with that. But yeah, it's the first time that I've had trouble taking a game system and pairing it up with a setting and having them both work really well together. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes. Next up, let's see. Easy enough to house rule rolling for each stat. Yeah, I know it is. It's certainly easy enough to do that. I wish I could show your comments on the comment section, but there's something going wrong with Restream right now. So Monkey, but thank you. Yeah, that's certainly, you could actually do them separately. So anyway, Castles and Crusades was my number six. My number seven, Villains and Vigilantes second edition. And that I absolutely love that system as well. That is my favorite Supers role-playing game. And I know a lot of people probably don't agree with that. They'll probably have you played, Marvel superheroes from TSR? And I haven't. I don't recall having played that back in the day, but if we did, I don't like playing the preset characters. I'd prefer to play ones that I create myself. And I just loved the Villains and Vigilantes system. I ran it, I played it, and and that was a game system that we played at least once a week, every week from 19 well from when it first released until about 1988. So for at least 5 years, we ran that thing all the time. Let's continue on. Um, Call of Cthulhu Second Edition was the edition that I was introduced to Call of Cthulhu, and absolutely loved it. That was a game that we played on a weekly basis again. Um, Most of that was my friend Adam was the game master or the keeper for that, and really loved it. And I tried recently running a campaign within the last couple of years with it, using the second edition box set, the newly released second edition box set. And I could certainly go back to doing that again. That's a game system that works really well with few players, so that one works well with like one, two, or three players. You don't much need a much larger group than that. Next would be so my number nine was Conan 2D20. And as I mentioned earlier, one of my commenters on that video from yesterday was like, "Hey, that's my favorite game," and he was so excited to see that it was in my list. And then finally, probably my most surprising of my top 10 was James Bond 007. We played the crap out of that. Um, my screen name Bloodworth, my gaming name Bloodworth, is partly due to my character from James Bond 007 back in the early 80s again. My secret agent who was 004, because 004 was the that was the only one where several people had played that were 004, and so it was easy to put him in there as 004 because they had gotten killed off in the lore of the game, lore of the James Bond world. And his name was Edward James Hollingsworth. And so I was also a big Errol Flynn fan and a big pirate themed movie and video game fan. And so that's where I took Blood and I took the Worth and put them together. And so they really came together for the first time in 1996 when I was playing High Seas Trader, which is a video game from Sierra Games, and I had to make an English captain, and so he was Edward James Bloodworth, and I've kept with that gaming name ever since. So from 96 to now, that's 30 years of gaming that I've been using Bloodworth um, as a gaming name. And it's actually my Facebook name. So Edward James Bloodworth, that's where that derives from. But anyway, so my number 9 and 10 was Conan 2D20 and James Bond 007. I just got a chime in. Well, Discord is working on the computer, but like I said, the Discord app is not currently working, and I don't know why. That is currently just a blank screen with a logo on it, and that's it. So that's a little bit off as well. Let's see, anything else? Yeah, this is still not working here. Oh, let's see. I can add you to the screen. Squirrel, I just tried. Oh, Squirrel, try to jump back in again. I'm sorry. I didn't see that you were trying to jump in. And yes, I will. If someone else can try to jump in if you want, there is the link to jump in. And Squirrel, I didn't see it because I'm not looking at this screen. I was looking at the YouTube screen. So if you want to join in, Squirrel, if you want to try to jump in again, just let me know here that you're trying to join, and then I will let you jump in. So anyway, yeah. So just text me an alert that hey, I sent an invite. So text it on the YouTube side. So hey, Shadow, Shadow, if you want to join in, you can just hit the link here. You have to hit the link on the YouTube side because it is not working on the Restream side. But if any of you want to jump in, just hit the stream, hit that. Yeah, so just try it again, Squirrel, so I can see if it even works. So anyway, yeah, we're in between. I am in between checking out things and shoveling every 2 hours or so just to stay up on it. So we're only trying to move 4 inches of snow every 2 hours rather than any amount much more than that. And yeah, having a good Sunday, all keep them rolling. Yeah, yeah. It's actually has not been a bad day at all. We have gone out. Myself, my wife, and my 2 kids. We have gone out there and we've shoveled. We've shoveled twice now. All right, I got several coming in now. Hey, Shadow.
Hey guys.
All right, I can hear you
Hey
clearly
Joe.
too. And now we'll get Squirrel in
Uh,
here.
Sorry about the echo.
Yeah, no, no problem at all. Sorry about
Hey,
the difficulties here. Like I said,
Coral.
I can't
What's up,
see.
guys? Sorry about
Hey,
the
how's it
glare.
going, Squirrel?
Don't
Yeah,
sweat,
I
bro.
can't get the chat is not
Yeah,
working
shot.
on
That's a different
Restream.
thing.
So kind of multitasking here on on both and see. But now I can see you here and I can monitor the chat on the other side. I just can't post the chat up there, which is kind of a
Hey, I got a challenge for you guys.
all right.
Since we all had so much fun with the top 10 RPGs. I was just talking to Miguel and Sylvia from the Red Room, and they just did their top 10 RPG list, and Lord Mateus did one. A whole bunch of people are going to do them. Let's do our top 10 favorite movies next week. You can all
Top
use
10
the
favorite movies next week of all time.
yep.
Okay.
It feeds the rhythm, and everybody loves top 10 lists. And I really got a kick out of watching people's top 10 because I learned a lot about them um, from their picks. We all know each other pretty well, but there were some surprises from everybody.
Yeah,
Like Bear. I was like watching Bear's video, and I'm like, I don't have any of these games. I mean, I had a couple, but I'm like, what are these games you're talking about? What you were playing? What? You
yeah.
know,
There definitely was some curveballs.
right? And with Miguel and Sylvia, them pulling Mutant Chronicles out for number two, even though it was lower on my list. I love that whole IP universe. Like, I
Mm.
mean, I love it. If I wasn't already married, I would have married it in the '90s. Um, I played the card game, the war game, the role playing game. I even love the stupid movie from Mutant Chronicles, but it wasn't on my. It didn't make my top five.
Yeah.
I don't think. Just
I like
because
that movie too. That Mutant Chronicles movie was actually a pretty decent movie.
it sucked if you're a Mutant Chronicles fan, but Jackie and I watched it. He knew nothing about it. He's like, this is a pretty okay movie.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's got Ron Perlman in it, and you can just fast forward that scene to get to John Malkovich or Thomas Jane. But it's kind of schlocky, but there are worse movies out there.
Oh
You know,
yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
just ask
definitely.
Jackie. He could point you in the direction of some real winners, if you know what I
That
mean.
movie just doesn't come on anywhere. It's hard to find that movie. Like
Oh,
it.
yeah, well, yeah, you just buy it for $5 on anywhere and
Yeah.
throw it in your collection. But yeah, let's do the top 10 movies next week.
All right.
Because like wow, with Miguel and Sylvie, I knew, some of their picks were coming. I know they're horror fans. So if it
Yeah.
was a horror game, unfortunately, Chill wasn't in their list, but I get it. I'll forgive him.
You know
But
who had Chill on? You know who had Chill? Well, he wasn't exactly doing a top 10, but Chill was on Ben Milton's list. Oh no, not Baron DeRop had Chill in his list of games that are like his go-to games.
you mean Baron G Rock?
No, Baron DeRop.
Okay, I'm not
Kelsey
familiar.
Dion, that whole crew.
Oh,
right?
really? Okay.
Yeah. So
There's a
'cause
great
I'm,
game.
I'm looking at his thing behind him, and he had he has his bookshelf behind him, and I saw Chill was there, and then he brought it up on his thing. So yeah, he's like he's got like 70,000 subscribers. He's part of that same crew, like the
Gotcha.
Professor Dungeon Master and Kelsey Dion and
people I don't watch.
and all them. So he's kind of in that little niche group.
Yeah, that's circle.
Yeah, he's in that circle, and
Gotcha.
he had Chill. So
I played the heck out of that game. Love it. I have
yours.
almost everything
Right.
ever written for it. It was just a real fun, simple. You could. It was the great thing about it is you could easily gear it from ages like 12 to 102. And it wasn't so steeped in one lore. You could run any Universal monster, Cthulhu. You could run any kind of bad guys in it. From cults to, Godzilla, I suppose, and just easy peasy, simple. It's kind of like the Star Frontiers of the horror games. You know what I mean? Because it runs on that D100 sort of system, and everybody's their characters are kind of simple. You just wing all the other stuff. Yeah, fun game.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you're gonna join us in that, Squirrel? You're gonna do your top 10 movie list?
Yeah, I will. I will. I still have to put out my little short or whatever for my top 10 games, but yeah.
I want to see that too. I mean, we know what number one's going to be. No surprise.
What is it?
It was going to be Harn. It's got to be Harn.
Fair enough.
He's going to pull out something crazy.
I know some people said that they knew what my number one was going to be before I got to it, and I was like, yeah, it probably shouldn't be a surprise. That my number one would be my number one would be AD&D First Edition, because that's the first edition I played.
Yeah, that's the thing I was going to say. My in no particular order, yet somewhat of an order. Yeah, I would have to go with AD&D and or Rule Cyclopedia BX.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because
that's where I cut my teeth on.
Same here. I started with AD&D, but it didn't make my top 5.
You got to show respect to that. Now, I would say I have that on my list, but that's kind of okay, I'm showing respect and nostalgia, and that's where I cut my teeth. However, and I have 10 other games after that. So it's a top 11 list, giving respect and due note.
You just add the honorable mentions,
Yeah, I did 3 honorable mentions as well.
Honorable mention. Yeah. But
I did that too.
Harn's up there.
And then I had someone put up, hey, do a list of your top 10 post 2007, and I was like, well, 2007 seemed to be like a kind of an arbitrary year.
Yeah, I don't think
post after. So shockingly, when I went to the Wikipedia and I did TTRPGs post 2007, it didn't even mention Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. 3.54 or 5th edition in that list on Wikipedia. I was like, wow, they literally excluded everything from Wizards of the Coast. But they had Paizo 1st edition. They did not have Paizo 2nd edition. They didn't have Pathfinder 2nd edition on that list either. So I was like, that's kind of weird. They had 1st edition, but not 2nd.
Huh.
So I was like, yeah, an interesting list that they came up with. Not that any of those games would make it into my although actually I and I forget if his first name is Baron or not. But Durop mentioned the Paizo box set, the Pathfinder first edition box set
I
was
think
was in.
Bear did too, didn't he?
Did Bear have that as well?
I think so.
Yeah, I believe Bear did have that as well.
Which was a big shocker, because I didn't, I mean, yeah, it just didn't
Oh,
seem
it's a
like
great box set. It definitely is a great box
I,
set.
I honestly don't know. I don't own anything from Paizo. Never have. Probably never will. But I have played 3.5 once or twice. I'm not sure exactly
Well,
technically.
it's 375.
Uh,
3.5 is
I'm not sure what
D&D.
Bruce's game was that it was in, and then I think we did one over on Table Breakers like 3 years ago. We did a like a
Yeah,
2-shot thing, and that might have been one of them as well. But yeah, there's not really. I mean, other than the Red Room and a few exceptions, I think like all my games are like pre 2000 that I play,
yeah,
except Seven Swords and uh, Barrels of Borderlands. But other than that, everything I play is got mold, dust, and coffee rings on it.
yeah,
Yeah, but jumping on the box set kind of stuff, there are some more newer, more releases of box sets for different rules. They're actually surprisingly done. They're concise to the point, and they'll get you started up and running.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Is that
Some are done really well. Um, some are, shockingly not that good. I mean, like D&D has put, Wizards of the Coast put out several box sets, but really only, the Essentials kit was the only one that I think was like, this is a really good box set. The other ones like their initial red box was half a game. You couldn't even create characters with it.
really?
And then the whether it's the Stormwick Isle or whatever the hell that's called, or those other ones, which is like, Essentials was good, and I got Essentials for like $8. So it was like when it was on sale, I was like, hey, you can't go wrong for $8. So it came with a set of dice. That's $8 right there.
Yeah.
So, but no, that was a well-made one. Pathfinder's box set was really well done. Fallout, Blade Runner. Well, Blade Runner only came in a box set, so you'd be.
I'm looking at Blade Runner right now. I'm thinking of pulling the trigger on it. We were talking about it last night.
Yep.
That's a
I love
really
that
good
movie.
game.
I love the movie. I know it's a slow burn. A lot of people don't like it. I don't even think my son really liked it. But you got to remember when it came out. I mean, there was not a lot of good sci-fi, that came out in that era. There was a lot of good sci-fi prior to that, but like with Star Wars and Harrison Ford's career just exploding, he was like the man. You know what I mean? He
Yep.
did it all. And what he's in Blade Runner, yeah, I'm gonna watch it. Yeah,
And Blade Runner was a really, at least for me, from my perspective, it was a really good noir sci-fi.
Yeah,
And noir, we all know it's got that certain je ne sais quoi. It's got that certain feel to it that appeals to, some folks.
It's like this. Did any of you guys grow up on like black and white, whether it was Abbott and Costello or Humphrey Bogart movies? The Maltese Falcon, even James Cagney or the Lone Ranger. I watched a lot of black and white during the '70s. Twilight Zone. Oh my God, that was like.
Oh, geez. I've been watching, actually I got Paramount Plus, whatever it is. And yeah, Twilight Zone's been running, and Outer Limits has been
Yeah.
running.
Twilight Zone, you get the entire like 5-year box set for like pennies an episode. It's like 20. I think I paid like $19.99 for it, brand new for the 5-season box set. I'll watch that. Bears to minimums on a really busy year. I'll still watch Night of the Meek right before Christmas. You know,
Yeah.
but otherwise, I mean, I grew up on that. And like every morning before school, I think there was like 2 episodes on in the morning, and then another 2 episodes around lunchtime. It was just like on always, and that there's something about that the whole black and white thing that modern audiences just don't know what they're missing. You turn out the
Yeah.
light and just quiet, maybe the fireplace going or something, and just get ready to be spooked out, creeped out, intrigued, something. It I don't know.
It had
Yeah.
a certain feel. Je ne sais quoi. It had a certain feel, the atmosphere to it. It. I agree. Yeah.
I see a lot of people are putting up their movies now.
Yeah,
In
let's
the
do
thing.
it.
So,
Let's
yep,
do it. I'm telling you guys.
yeah,
I know it's kind of cheesy and kind of caving into the rhythm, but you know what? Uh, I learned so much from watching those videos this last week about people. Just little things that like one little factoid actually, in a deductive reasoning Sherlock Holmesian way, informs me even more about the person that I hang out with.
yeah. Well, most of my movie picks would be dominated by, obviously fantasy and sci-fi
Sure.
movies, and I think you're going to find more crossover, more common or shared movies in those top 10 than we did in the role playing games.
Well,
You
yeah,
know,
it's a smaller field. It really is. It seems like it would be a wider, brush to paint with, but I really don't think so because knowing that we're already, going down this
yeah,
particular funnel of we're nerds, we're geeks, we're gamers, whatever you want to call it. It's gonna sort of pair off a whole bunch of movies. We probably didn't watch a lot of this or that because
yeah,
we were too busy kind of
yeah.
trying to get more inspiration from
Right.
a quick source.
I mean, I have a few that I would put in there that probably nobody else will put. I'm going to save that for for the
Yeah,
time.
yeah, no
But yeah,
spoilers, man. No
yeah,
spoilers.
I'm not going to do any spoilers. But if you know me at all, you know what my number one movie is going to be.
Yeah, I bet it starts with a C.
Yeah. And the
That's not on
year,
my list. It's not on
and the
my list.
year.
Not on my list. But I totally respect, why
Yeah,
it would be for a whole lot of people. For me, a lot of people already know my number one pick, but there's like movies like a couple I will. No, I'm not going to spoil nothing. Nope.
all right, let me
Nope.
get Edgelord in here, and yeah, now I'm looking at this, and
Oh, hey guys.
hey,
Hey,
how's
nice
it
to meet you.
going?
Nice to meet you.
Hey, Edward.
Good, good. Let
Yeah,
me turn the volume down on the.
yes,
What's your shirt say?
Oh, Red 5. It's a Iron Maiden. It's got Eddie as the.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. I've never seen that.
I've never seen. I'm looking at what's it?
Hey guys.
Antichrist.
Sorry, let me
Antichrist
turn my,
is the Hateful Eight.
oh, I
I've
know
never
what's
seen
happening.
all of. Like, I've only seen pieces of that movie. I haven't seen the Hateful Eight yet.
There we go. All right.
That's a fun one.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah.
Well, no, I didn't see it all. Something happened, got interrupted. But I've seen.
Yeah, I've only seen clips of it here and there.
That's a fun one.
What,
Yeah.
Hateful Eight?
Yeah.
That's a good one. I like it's a western. It's like in the snow, which but I like I guess he was inspired by The Great Silence.
Oh,
That's
that's
really
my
good
favorite.
movie.
That's my favorite western of all
Mine
time.
too. Mine too.
Yeah.
The
There's a
Great
lot of good
Silence.
ones.
Go ahead.
Yeah, there's a lot of great westerns out there, but there's something about that one that sort of it takes away all the tumbleweeds and the dust and the
And
sand.
it's bleak. It's real bleak.
Oh, you could feel the chill. Just oh man.
And I'm a Kinski fan. I love Klaus Kinski.
Okay.
Yeah,
he's a
I'm
bad guy.
starting to
He's a
I'm starting to
villain.
try to think of what my list is going to be. I might just have to say they're within my top 10 without actually numerically putting them,
Blade Runner's
because
my number one right now. It
yeah.
always variates.
Yeah, my number one is going to be my number one regardless, but the rest of
Yeah.
them could be like, yeah, it could be whatever I'm feeling in the moment, you know what I'm saying, kind of thing.
Mine switches. It's either sometimes it's Blade Runner and then sometimes it's Dawn of the Dead, because Dawn of the Dead was like my red box D&D of VCR movies. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That was my
I
very first one.
I saw Dawn of the Dead as a double feature at a drive-through.
Oh,
So Dawn of the Dead and Kentucky Fried Movie was
Oh my God.
what a classic! That's
Yeah.
nice.
I've seen both
There's a
those movies
combo.
100 times. Oh my God.
and as a
Yeah.
what was that, as like an 11 or 12-year-old watching two rated R movies, and
Oh yeah.
Kentucky Fried Movie was the first movie I saw with nudity in it. It was like,
Check this out. I was like 14, and I live in California, and there's this radio station. I don't think it exists anymore. KEZY. It was an oldie station. Every Friday night, Cassandra, Mistress of the Dark, Elvira herself, was
Yeah.
there handing out free movie tickets every Friday night for like 2 years. So me and my friends, we went there. Of course, she didn't have her getup on. She had her red hair and everything. And boom, here you go. Here's some tickets. Here's some tickets. Here's some tickets. So for Friday and Saturday night, for 2 years straight, I went to Midnight at the Movies at the Orange Mall and saw either Rocky Horror Picture Show, Dawn of the Dead, Wizards, Heavy
Ah.
Metal, Lord of the Rings,
Mhm.
Song Remains the Same, or The Wall.
You've
Enjoy.
honestly listed about 5 of my top 10 movies in that whole range.
I got to see them for free. I had a great time growing up. Did a lot of adult things way before I should have, but
Yeah, same.
But Elvira, being cool as hell, she didn't have to be there. She could have dressed up all in her gear, and she's just there. Here you go. Here's some free tickets. Here's some free tickets, and man, it was just
Yeah, that is cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
Like I said, from 14 to 16, Friday and Saturday night, midnight at the movies, shouldn't have been out, curfew and all that. Didn't
We had-
matter. Seeing
We
rated
had
R
Rocky
movies.
Horror. Like Friday nights, we had Rocky Horror, and it was
Yep.
Rocky Horror, The Wall, or I swear, no one else remembers, but I swear they played Heavy Metal, but maybe not. I don't know. I'm just that's
Is that-
just me revisionist.
I don't know what state are you in.
I'm in Buffalo.
Okay, so maybe I watched Rocky Horror so many times there that I got into the cast, the live cast in front of the screen.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I got suckered into that. But just saying, it was a great way to meet girls.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I swear to God, there's always girls. Yes, it's true.
And the funny thing was, it was actually a girl who was playing Frankenfurter because she had like the perfect hair and the look.
Nice.
So,
Hi,
so it's nothing weird for me
It was
playing
always
Rocky.
the crazy punk rock chicks too, man.
Good times.
Oh yeah, you got it.
Yeah, the old punk rock chicks before there was goth chicks.
I like the goth chicks too. Huh?
Yeah, but you know what
Back in
I'm
the
saying.
day.
The good
No,
old
I
days.
do. Yeah, it's not like the Vamps and all them other ones that came later, I guess.
Did you guys have the new Rose as well? The girls who all dressed up like pirates?
No.
No.
Yeah, the new Romantics, guys and girls. It's kind of
I
like
would have liked that.
It's kind of like pre-goth, big, piratey boots and sashes and white
You know,
shirts and vests.
yeah. I never knew what the term. Yeah. I think I can remember them dressing like that.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. It's not Halloween.
Almost like gypsies.
Hey, Death Angels.
Yeah.
Gypsy-esque. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a thing too. That we'll never see that stuff again.
No.
Never, except maybe in a movie or a TV show. It's so.
We'll never see it unless it's a reference.
Yeah, it's
Right.
all been boiled away to the lowest common denominator. Took out all the
Well, it got mainstream and is if there's a profit margin involved, and no one takes chances no more on movies, and it's just if you some of them do, but they're indies. You got to kind of look for them.
Yeah, you got to dig deep. You got to kind of
Yeah.
root around.
Yeah, there's a little more digging involved now.
Yeah. Yep.
I definitely love heavy metal too. I think that's my favorite animated flick.
That's a great movie. I haven't seen that movie in decades.
That or Wizards. I don't know. But I do like heavy metal probably better.
And Fritz the Cat from that time frame too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Fritz the Cat.
Oh, I love Fritz the Cat. Yeah, another
Fritz the Cat.
Ralph Bakshi movies were
Lord of the Rings. I literally had because I used to live my dad's gun shop used to be near this place called Price's Cinema Shop, and almost exclusively, or for the most part, they sold movie posters. And I picked up and like an idiot, I thumbtacked them to the wall the two Lord of the Rings movie posters on either side, opposite of the bed, so I could just look up and see Gandalf, holding the sword.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a great. That is a great movie poster too, by the way.
Okay.
And of course they got ripped and blah blah blah. I'm going to look for them in a minute. Not that I would hang them up.
They're pricey. I just bought and I got it framed at our Hobby Lobby over here. I just bought Excalibur, and that was like $60, but I wanted it because I love that movie.
What'd the frame cost you?
Like 100 and something. Yeah,
Okay,
I mean it was matted and framed. I got it all done up for my movie room, actually, out of all places.
I've got some maps from Arduin that Jackie, my son, actually worked on and helped do the stuff. And I can't find a frame that's big enough, and I know I'm going to have to go to Hobby Lobby and have them do the thing. And
it costs you, but they do a good. Ours does over here in Niagara Falls.
Oh, I'm certain they'll do a great job, but it's like I'm going to pay twice the price for the frame than I did for the map. But
sometimes they run a special. They do that 50% off sometimes.
That's why I went with Displate. I went for Displate, and I got the metal ones behind me, like you see the the 1982 Conan. I have my Robert E. Howard Displate, and I have one for my channel, my YouTube channel. So I have.
No, I always liked them.
Yeah, so those are behind me. You see those behind me every video.
I got to get. I just bought a Dragon Slayer movie poster. I got to get framed too.
Nice.
So they did
that's a top 10 for me too.
So they did a custom plate for your logo.
Yeah, you could send them every one of those images. I just sent it to them.
Oh, really?
And they just put it onto Display. Hey, it looks like this is working now. Let's see. There we go. All of a sudden, out of the blue.
Hey, everybody.
Now it's working.
No, I'm glad to hear that. Because Janet from Another Planet, right?
Heard the name, but I've never met with her. No.
Okay, well, she's a great girl. She's actually making me with like sequins. That she does all kinds of artsy craftsy stuff, and she's making me a logo because I wanted something really special, and she's doing it like individually, putting each little freaking sequence, sort of like a pointillism kind of piece of artwork, but it's our logo. It's pretty simple. But I wouldn't mind having that same thing on that side of the door, so that you can see it from the other side when the curtain's not there, or putting it somewhere, to advertise and stuff like that.
Yeah, I to get to Decato's statement, I agree. That Hyperborea poster is cool. Just one big hex. You know what I mean? I'm dying to play that game. I never had a chance.
Yeah, I was trying to run a campaign on Thursday nights, and we could never get more than 2 players.
That's my game. That's my game night. That's why I would.
Yeah, I was like,
count.
but he's gonna come out. Yeah, Jeffrey Talanian is releasing the source book for the main city.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
wait.
I thought they were coming out with a new edition real soon, or did I hear wrong?
No,
No.
it's a
Okay.
source book.
Okay,
Yeah, like a box set, isn't it?
I don't know if
because
it's
my
a box
friend,
set or not, but all the better if it is a box set.
Oh, I
'Cause I'm
hope
like,
so too.
I was like, take my money now.
Oh,
You
absolutely.
know,
With the
that's
map and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
our,
killer.
our friend DM James, that's all he talks about.
Yeah.
Every 6 months he goes through a new game, and that's all he'll talk about. And right now it's Hyperborea,
Yeah.
and
I think it's the best. I honestly think it's the best version of 1E. I think it's 1E based. But I
Yeah,
think
it
it's
is.
the best
think it is
version.
too. It's just that if you're not running that game system in Hyperborea, the setting, I think it loses something. It's got to be run in that setting.
I agree. I agree.
Yes.
I agree. The setting
It's,
makes
it,
that
it
game.
is a
and
Yeah,
it
it's
kind of
half of it.
relates to it's like the exact opposite issue I have with Castles and Crusades, where I can find the setting that I think matches that game system well, including their own. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Wouldn't I don't know anything about everyone talks it up. I wouldn't like Greyhawk or something go with
I
that.
tried
Yeah,
it. I tried it in
we-
Greyhawk, right, Shadow?
yeah, we did.
Tried
It was
using it in
it
Greyhawk.
was fine.
I'm gonna get Adventures Dark
I
and
don't
Deep
know.
just so I can
There's
run
just something
Greyhawk.
about it that just doesn't. It wasn't
for Hyperborea?
translating well to Greyhawk. I don't know why. It just wasn't.
Hyperborea. Well, because Hyperborea is very dependent on its setting. It was designed that way. Whereas,
Yeah.
it's
yeah.
where, Greyhawk, you can run it anywhere with anything. I have back in the day. I used it for AD&D. I used it for basic.
Steven,
Blue Book. I used it for
100%.
Arduin.
I'm so sick
Yeah,
of the
and
elves and dwarves and all that. Sorry, I didn't mean to
I'm the opposite. I can't get enough of them.
interrupt. Good.
But
good.
I'm a Gonzo guy.
yeah.
In my games, I have insect people and people with wings and all kinds of crazy
'Cause I
stuff.
play Dark Sun. You don't have to explain it to me.
Yeah. So because I've done it all. I've played so many human only games and things like that. It's like the video I did last week. The chasing the dragon. Trying to get that feeling, that high of the newness and wow, I've never done this before. Gets harder and harder as I get older. So it's always got to be something brand spanking new that I've never done before to really get me excited. And
To get that spark.
Yeah.
it usually means weirder and weirder, not grimmer and darker and more simple and mundane. It's the exact opposite. And pray you guys never get there because
I've been there.
RPGs are a terrible drug.
They are. They are a terrible drug.
I've spent, if my wife had any clue how much money I've spent over my lifetime, she would literally be calling the guys with the white nets and the white
Yeah.
suits and the white van to take my ass away because I probably could have bought 2 houses. But
Same.
on the plus side, if I were to ever sell everything I own, I could probably buy 4 houses.
I'm like Bloodworth though. I had to cut it off after a while, and then
Yeah.
I don't know. Everyone talks all these games up. I'm like, God, I gotta get it.
I'm in a little bit of a break myself right now. It's like
I'm getting ready
waiting
to.
on
said
a couple
that, and
things
then I
to come
picked
through
something up.
Kickstarter. Like I said, the only one I mentioned that is a must buy for me is I got one thing coming from that I just backed from Joseph Block for
I backed
yeah.
that too.
So I got that, and like I said, for Hyperborea, the setting box set, I'm definitely getting that. But now I'm getting prepared to setting aside money for conventions.
I'm
So
kicking myself in the ass for not getting that
so I have
Arduin set.
convention time coming up.
You didn't
so,
get the Arduin Kickstarter?
But I think they're gonna have them at CNY. So
Yeah, well, it's not too late, and there's still some available at Emperor's Choice. games and miniature site. I know because I ordered 2 extra sets, giving away 2 of those sets, and a whole bunch of other stuff around Valentine's Day
Yeah.
for our 1,000 sub giveaway. Even though we kind of passed it a while ago, um, everything's out there. If you're just patient, I tell everybody because I do a lot of eBay stuff. Like I just bought something while we're talking here. Um, September 15th through Valentine's Day is when you sell stuff. Okay. If you want to sell stuff and get the most money, you sell it during the holidays. And those holidays go all the way to Valentine's Day. Day after Valentine's Day, every guy on the planet who's got stuff and wants to make some money is like, okay, I'm going to sell it now after the holidays because I'm freaking broke and I need money. And I just shelled out a crap ton of money on my lady for Valentine's Day to you know, put a cap
Get her off
on
my back.
yeah, and so
Guys, I'm going to step away for a few minutes. I'll let you keep, carry on. I got to go spend the next 15, 20 minutes.
All right, cool. It's good.
Okay, just leave your camera on. Otherwise, if you don't leave your camera on, it might kick us off.
No, I'm not gonna. Oh, if I don't leave the camera on.
Yeah.
All right, I'll just mute it.
You can just mute it.
Yeah, do one of these things right here. Boop. That'll might keep you on.
Yeah. Because I've had shows go off the air without.
We'll do this, and
there you go.
Yeah, hit the mute button, and you should be good.
Yeah,
and
then from February 15th on is when people are selling stuff, and that's when you can get the really good deal.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you just go on eBay and you're looking for something, you don't find it, you save the search, and every day you'll get an email saying if they found something, like say you're looking for Alien the RPG box set, like I am right now. So I hit the same
one, the first edition one, with the black. Yeah. I could have got
so I hit save search. I hit save search, and I'll keep going. And eventually, in my mind, I'll have a price. It's like I don't want to pay more than this. And as soon as I see one that's that price, I'll either buy it or what you can do is you hit the watch button and you're watching it now, and that seller will get a notification that hey, somebody's watching it. And a lot of times within 24 hours of that happening, they'll come to you and go, hey, I'll give you a discount. I'll take 10% off or something like that.
Yep.
And you can start
I
the ball rolling.
the watch.
And you can start
the watch thing.
Process, say, well, I'm kind of short on money. I can go X. And he'll go, I really need Y. And you can start the haggling process and get your thing for less during that time than if you were to try to buy it, during the holidays, September 15th.
Because someone's just going to pounce on it, right?
And they know they can get more.
I did that with first edition, first printing. It was from 1880 of Strategos.
Oh, Stratego.
Yeah, I got that for a little less than half what the beginning asking price was.
Nice. That's not an easy find.
Yeah. I mean, and I got that as for me like an archaeological dig of role playing, where miniature wargaming came from, all that stuff, up to what we're doing now.
Mm-hmm.
It was just something interesting, and I did what Shadow was recommending. I did the watch thing and put it on your favorites and all that stuff, and it was like. I mean, it's in dang good condition. I'd have to get up and dig it out of the upper shelf here, but
I wouldn't even.
I got it for a little under.
I'd have that thing in a case like a museum.
Well,
yeah,
hey,
I got it for a little under $200.
That's awesome.
Arduin still has Emperor's Choice still has a few of those clear plastic acrylic boxes for your box sets.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't wait. Because they like Death Angel said, they're going to start shipping real soon here.
I saw the picture of all the boxes. I was like, ugh.
I backed it twice, and then I bought 2 more.
Nice.
Because I know they only made like 500 of the box set.
In fact, I came close to pulling the trigger, but I didn't have the money at the time when I was watching them guys on your show, Shadow.
Take care, Cal. I'll see you tonight. Yeah. I mean, you. I'm not even going to open mine. I have all the stuff that's inside, and I've got this book right here that you can get from them. It's the hardcover, and it's got everything in. Everything that's in the box set is in this,
Yeah.
and it's actually been reorganized, so it's all together because each book had a monster section. Well, now they're all in one section, like they should
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
Hardcover will last longer. It's not even though the books they made are highest quality paper and staples and everything, they went on for a half hour about the staples that they actually got.
I remember.
And I'm just going to use this. Um, I
Well,
even
yeah.
have
Why not?
what was
Why
that?
not? Why not beat that? Why not beat that copy up and keep the oldies and goodies?
Mhm.
More better, more
Yeah,
pristine, more unused.
Yeah, that's what I've been
I mean,
doing
the
with a few
original
things.
Ardoin books go for just the little digest books go for 150 each in good
Yeah, it's
condition.
crazy.
And I've got the original printings, and I've got the reprints, and I've got the I forget the other company that put out a bunch of their stuff. I've got it all, but it's all sealed in plastic. It's going to stay there.
Yeah.
Why? Every
Right.
time you turn those pages, it's like a comic book. An old comic book, anyways. Every time you turn that page, the value just went down on that book.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
and for some things, whatever binding, stapling, etc. It will one day be an old book. So why beat the heck out of it if you've got a beater copy?
my original player's handbook is so beat up. My original AD&D handbook, I can roll it into a tube.
That's what
Yeah,
That's
my
a
second edition one's like.
a hardcover book. I can literally, bend it into a tube. It's so. I
Yep.
mean, you can barely. The cover's almost like.
This is a lot for the binding though.
Yeah, and I've got a bunch like these right here. First edition AD&D books. These are some of my extra copies, and they're in like really really good condition, which means they're going to last for, like another 50 years maybe. But that didn't stop me from getting reprints from Drive Through that I actually use as my game books. Like in my game tonight with Cal and some other
like I
folks.
said, a beater copy. Get a beater copy.
Yeah.
Twenty
That's
five
good.
bucks for a reprint hardcover. Yeah, yeah.
Get a beater copy.
Yeah.
It's funny too
True.
because AD&D, even though it was my first game, I think it only made number 7 of my top 10 list of games.
I'm
Yeah,
with
with
you there.
me,
I'm with you there.
it like I said earlier before you hopped on, brother. It would be an honorable mention, but I mean, it
I
was
loved them back in the
it's
day, but I mean, there's so many things that do it better.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's where we. All right, I don't know about you, but that's where I cut my teeth. That
Yeah.
was the one that was. How can you not
No,
at least honorably mention?
yep.
I absolutely, I agree, and I got
I'm still
nostalgia
playing
for
it
it.
tonight. I'm playing AD&D
Yeah,
tonight.
right. It doesn't mean I won't play it. I just
Yeah,
think that people do it better. There's like games out there that do that better, I think.
yeah. It's kind of. I'll give a rough analogy. I learned to drive in a Model T, but now I own a Lamborghini. You know what I mean? Like, come on. I mean, the Model T was
Yeah.
great,
Doesn't mean
but
that you're not going to take the Model T out for a ride.
Well,
no.
it's not just
Every
that
now
though.
and again, for nostalgia, I'll take it out for a
I
ride. But my
agree.
Honda Civic does a little bit better here.
Well,
It
yeah.
actually,
It's like the Sunday drive. I don't know if you guys
Yes.
yeah,
remember.
Yes.
I wish people still did that. And the way Bruce Boxleitner talked about it in Babylon 5. How his old man would get him into the car and let
Uh-oh.
somebody just
Death
pick a
Angel.
direction, and they would just get in their fancy car and just drive that direction just cause.
Are you trying to get Death Angel excited, Shadow?
uh-oh.
I can't help it. It's
It's a
appropriate.
great show. I'm just
Well,
joking.
no, I mean it's that story is appropriate.
It
For
is.
like Sunday, I play AD&D. It's my Sunday drive. I could play. I've got literally hundreds of games I could pick from, but I'm going to pick the old, Buick, and or the
Yep.
Edsel or whatever you want to call it, and drive that sucker because it's got class. It's got class that none of the games have except White Box. Period. Okay, and Arduin, of course, because those three things came out at the same time when there was nothing.
Yeah.
There might have been RuneQuest. It was pre-Traveler. It was pre, maybe Tunnels and Trolls might have been out.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Tunnels, but
Yeah. When did Tunnels and
nobody
Trolls
talks
come
about
out?
Tunnels and Trolls for a reason.
Yeah. My friends used to play it back in the '80s, and I was just kind of like, I got the red box set.
And nowadays, I'm more inclined to play different genres. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that's
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm kind of I'm there right now. That's why I'm glad I got that mothership set everyone was raving about. I'm dying to play like science fiction.
we're playing Alien on my Saturday show. Uh, the new RPG, and that's even though I just bought someone said Babylon 5.
Summon Death
Even
Angel, here he is.
even though I just bought it, I'm not going to open it.
What,
I
the
learned,
alien? The
yeah,
alien one? Yeah.
because when
Did
I
they
was
give you a
playing,
PDF with it?
it doesn't matter. I don't want to know.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's like I had this friend when we first started playing
I
D&D.
thought you were running it.
No,
Oh, you're
no.
playing it.
Owen, I was running it. As a player, he wouldn't let me look at the player's handbook. Okay, he was my DM, and he said you can't look at the player's handbook. And I'm like, why? Because it says so in the DMG. Don't let him read anything. Just keep him in the dark. And I'm like, you're full of crap. So I bought my player's handbook, and he was livid. He was so mad that I bought the player's handbook. It's like, my money, dude. What the, yeah, but I'm running the game. It's like, yeah, I want to know the rules. It's like, no. And he got so mad that I was making my money mowing the lawn, for neighbors and stuff, and doing odd jobs. I doubled my efforts and earned the money in half the time to get the DMG. He's like,
There
fine,
you
now
go.
you're Dungeon Master. And I've been Dungeon Master ever since.
Okay. Right.
And he was right, and I didn't know it, and it took me 47-ish years to figure it out that
Right.
ignorance is bliss.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is.
Especially, I mean, if you're hanging out with buddies and friends, etc., and you got a little bit of trust and faith in each other, and you're participating in this endeavor, which is RPG gaming. We're not out here to entirely screw each other or keep one another ignorant. It's part of the journey and the exploration and the new that's the excitement.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to counter argue that, though. There's something to be said about going through the book and looking at rules and how they work, and it's like tuning up. We're using the Model T. It's like tuning up the engine. There's something neat about going into the engine and tuning it up and seeing what you can do with it.
It's kind of like
I will not disagree. I will not disagree with that counter argument at all, because
But you got to be the
part
DM,
of
I guess. Right.
That's part of who we are. We're curious, and we like the new, and we like to read new things and explore new things and tinker and what about this? Well, maybe we can house rule, or maybe we can figure out something amongst ourselves at the table. And
right. But if you go too
that's
far with that, you turn into a min-maxer, which
yeah, that's kind of
8.5 is, you know what I mean?
that's kind of like
it's kind of
the
a
poison
strange,
of the hobby that can happen.
it's like a catch-22 sort of dichotomy thing. The more you know, the less you enjoy.
Experience discover. The less you discover, you know what I mean? That's half the fun, is discovering stuff.
Yes.
I think we should put like a moratorium. Like, okay, I won't read the book for a year. I'm playing this game, but I won't read the book for a year. Okay, GM, because I want it to be new and
It's
fresh.
like spoilers when you mention something about a new movie and everyone jumps on you.
Yeah.
Well, it's like in the pirate movie with Johnny Depp and what's his name when he said, the world's
the
getting
Caribbean.
smaller. No, the world's the same. There's just less in it.
Yeah.
Well, it's easy. It's easier to get to the destination. It's you
Yeah,
know
the easier way to get to the destination is you know all you learn all the niche and all the things of the rules and all these different games. So it seems as there's less in it.
By the way, speaking of summoning Death Angel, I am going to watch that Wednesday on his channel. He's interviewing Londo
I know
from Jurassic
what
Park. I'm kind of excited to see that.
it's funny too because he asked me what question do I want to ask him.
I said
Peter
mine would be about Tron because he was in Tron.
I wanted him to ask him how does it feel being the most popular character even though Bruce Boxleitner was the lead.
I agree. He was my favorite. I loved Londo.
Yep. I'm not trying to kiss his ass or anything, but
What's up, Mike?
he was the most fun. He was the crazy wild man, the evil genius, the suave, charming dude who got the hottest chick in the TV show, hands down. I forget her name, that bald chick. That was his side piece. It's like, oh my god, she was freaking stunning.
Oh,
And-
Londo. Yes, that's right. I forgot with the stripper, the dancer or whatever.
right?
Yeah, you're right.
You know?
Yeah.
And even as a young man, I was like, yeah, I want to be like that when I get old.
He was a cool character, though. He was a schemer,
but you know what I mean.
wasn't.
It was just like he was freaking the like one of the coolest character. Period.
He was a schemer, but he wasn't like outright evil. You know what I mean? Or he was remorseful when he was. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
He was like the scoundrel with a heart of gold.
He was a schemer, not a scammer.
Right.
Well, kind of a scam. I liked him. He was a charismatic scammer. I
Thanks,
guess.
Death Angel. That really means a lot. It really is. It holds a whole lot of truth because you got the charming, perfect, like Cyclops from the X-Men. He's the perfect captain, or commander, whatever you want to call him, of Babylon 5. He's perfect, and that's kind of boring. You know what I mean?
Well, he's the foundation, and then you got all the. Because I don't think you'd have a good Londo though without Jakar. Because
oh yeah,
it's like
Andreas
Tom and Jerry there.
Was freaking amazing. Such a voice, and he got to do so many of the really like speeches that would just like hit you like a ton of bricks.
Yeah, they were cool. It's such a good show. I'm glad
he literally got some of the best speeches ever written. And I don't know what happened to J. Michael Straczynski along the way. He kind of lost his freaking mind. But man, what did he give us? 5 years of some of the best TV of all freaking time.
What do you mean by lost his mind? Did he did he go woke or something?
Oh yeah.
Did he go Hollywood? Oh, he did. Oh shit! Damn it! I was hoping to say no.
But he had an amazing career. I just found out recently that he wrote for the Spider-Man comic book for like a long time. I'm like, really? Why would
yeah, I heard about that.
It's like, why would you? Okay, great. Nothing wrong with Spidey, but it was just interesting that he could do all these things, and he wrote. There's something he wrote in the early days that blew my mind that he was also part of that. But I forget what it is.
I got his book a long time ago about how to write scripts. I got a used bookstore near me, and I found it. And there's like he wrote a book about how to do script writing.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of neat.
So all good, Bloodworth?
Oh my God. The snow is definitely coming down 3 inches an hour.
I know. I was snow blowing about 20 minutes before you came on.
Yeah, we got
it's
a good
coming
bit
down
here.
a lot faster and heavier than they said. We're pushing over 2 feet. That's for sure.
We've been
Yikes.
dealing with it for a week now.
Yeah, you got to get this. Is Amazon up and running where you live?
I'm sure that they're probably not allowed to deliver today because our county has closed the roads.
Oh, they got a ban.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's rough.
travel ban.
They barred
There's,
all non-essential traffic, so I don't know why some stores like opened up. I guess grocery stores are considered essential, but
Well, yeah,
going
they
to a
kind of are.
grocery store is not essential. It was like you knew 3 days in advance.
Well, that's like when COVID happened. Like all these, they shut everything down, but Amazon, and it's like, how is Amazon essential?
Walmart was open here, and something, and all our fast food
But
places
if
were
I was
open.
a mom and pop store, I'd be like, what the hell?
Yep.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
but
but there's no way you could drive in this because they're not going to touch the roads, and there's at least
Yeah.
a foot down now.
Yeah,
Well,
we're,
it's
we're
cold
getting
too. If you
You're
we're
gonna
get
getting
drive
stuck,
close.
through a foot of powder.
We're getting close to a foot here.
if
you
you
know
get
what? You know
stuck,
what you can
that
do
cold
if
is gonna kill
Amazon's
you.
working. If you can get Amazon to deliver, you go and you look up flamethrowers.
Yeah.
I saw those. I saw.
There are
Those.
legal flamethrowers. They're for cooking, but they'll still get you about this much flame, and
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
just
it looks
not
pretty
only
crazy,
will it
squirrel.
keep you warm while you're working, your neighbors will be like, oh my god, but you'll get rid of that,
I
probably
got
when
one
you do.
that hooks up to a butane
Hey,
tank
what's up,
for
Paul?
I do some weed
Yeah.
killing with it.
I hopped on and I saw you were live. I was like, what's I got worried. I was like, are you expecting the apocalypse? You're like, in case we get frozen to death, there's the
Well,
last
No
show.
apocalypse.
I
Yeah.
figured I might as
What's
well
up, bud?
live stream now because I'm going to be like on and off throughout the day. So every hour and a half to 2 hours, I'm stepping away to go shovel a little bit, and then I'll be back on. And I was like, you know what? Let me just live stream the whole day and just, since
What the heck?
Discord wasn't
Hang on.
working, but maybe Discord is up now. But for some reason, Discord was not working on the app. The Discord app is not coming up. So I was like, all right, Discord might be down. And I was like, let me just reach out to everybody and tell them, yeah, I'm still around. And I was like,
Yeah,
even this initially
we're blessed.
is not
We're
working.
blessed. We have heat, we have electricity and food, and it's
Yeah.
snowing like no tomorrow. We're blessed. So why not, hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
This is a good time to remind you that Bloodworth has no strappy young sons to help him shovel. So every dollar you super chat can go to a
my wife and my
snowblower.
daughters are strappy young women that can shovel just as well as anybody. It's like my younger daughter especially is she's like the master of fixing things, because for the longest time my plow, my electric plow, a snowblower wasn't working, and so we're like, all right, let's just see why this thing isn't working. It would work for like 2 seconds and then it was dead. So I went on YouTube and was trying to figure it out, and everybody was like, oh, these things don't work very well, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, you telling me that it doesn't work any well isn't giving me a fix, And then one person finally came on and they were like, you need to store your batteries and the charger in some place that is over 70 degrees. And I was like, okay, there's the garage is ruled out now because that's where I had it. And I was like, let me bring this damn thing indoors and charge it. And then he was like, and then you charge the batteries after every single use, and I was like, and boop, it's working, so.
Well, that's good.
But we have great shovels. Like we just picked up, initially the first shovel we bought was like $19. So it was before all the snow. And now they're $40, because it's, after the last little bit of snow that we got, they went up to 40. So we bought 2 more at $40 a pop. And I was like, it's the best $40, $80 we ever spent, because these shovels are phenomenal.
We got the Walmart delivery, and my wife over the summer bought rock salt because we know what winters are like here, and it basically costed them more to drop it off at our house than what we paid. And we have like all this rock salt. I think our city could probably come over and if they needed it.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't Yeah, the only thing I didn't prep for was I was expecting, because we have water filter for because we have well water, so I
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
you
oh
need a
shit, I
filter.
forgot to get the filters and the salt for that and all that stuff. So we're like, all
Yeah.
right, well, there's no way getting out in this.
Yeah,
So,
the softener salt. Yeah. Now,
yeah,
ironically, weirdly, oddly, uh, when it comes to shoveling, I use a concrete rake.
yeah, that'll work too. Yeah.
It's easier on the motion, and you're not lifting heavy. You're not scooping. You're not.
Wow, gee.
You're just raking it off to the side to where you would be pitching the snow anyways.
Yeah. So at least this
That's
is a
crazy.
very fine powder snow. Thank God. If this was a heavy, wet snow, there's no way we'd be able to do a damn thing.
I wonder
That's
where
where the flamethrowers are
OCD
coming.
is. They have 3 broken shovels.
I
was
even looked at
looking
those things. You see, you get those advertisements on on YouTube or whatever. You'll get those advertisements for those mats that heat up and everything. So I looked into those things, like they're walkway mats, and you plug them in and they'll heat up and melt the snow and everything. They're like $80 a mat for like every 2 feet. I was like, my
Pass.
my walkway is at least 40 feet long. I was like,
that's not gonna cut it,
$1,000
is it?
just to plug these stupid ass things in. God knows what it would do to my electric bill on top of
Yeah,
that.
maybe right in front of the house if you step in. Well, okay, maybe, but yeah, no, that's useless.
Yeah, so I was like, no, my walkway and my driveway, forget about it. My driveway is 120 feet long, something like that. It's a long driveway. It's like, there's no way. I'm lucky that I have somebody that plows it for $50. I was like, that's cheap,
Oh, that's
but,
awesome.
yeah, he just doesn't come often. He is like, but he might. I think anybody with a plow is considered essential. So
I thought you were going to say a saint.
yeah,
Yeah,
might go out
I was
to
just about to say that.
drive out there. Yeah. So, and then our neighbor is a landscaper, so he might come with the big truck, which basically means he's going to come with a forklift kind of thing, and not a forklift. What do they call those things?
Payloader,
Like a front loader.
Yeah,
And he'll
Front
push
loader.
that front loader. Yeah,
like a bobcat.
yeah,
Yeah, this kind of weather, you want the people that have the big trucks to drive around and just chain up a tire in front of it so you can push people out of ditches, because somebody's going to get stuck. It always happens. All you need is like about 6 inches of snow.
yeah. Like he says, when I get my 300-foot laneway plowed, my plow guy brings an excavator with a custom plow head. Yeah, that's probably what this guy is going to come with. I'm just waiting for him to come soon. Yeah, most times.
It'll be all right. We'll be all right. It'll be all good.
We're good.
We all remember even worse snowfalls than what's happening now. We'll be fine.
No,
I
I
always
don't.
say
I
that-
live in
No,
California.
this one is coming. I mean, I remember what was it, like 77, the blizzard.
I
of
walked home in the
77?
blizzard of 77. I was in first grade.
Exactly.
In fact, I
No,
fought the
we'll
kid
be
on the
okay.
street next to me in the
Yeah,
middle
the
of it.
blizzard of 77 hit Long Island, and we had like 4 feet of snow, something like that. And
Oh,
the drift
please. Look
pushed
up
it.
Buffalo. We were like
The drift
buried.
pushed it over 7 feet. Like the drifts pushed it over our porch and onto
Yeah, it was
the first
crazy.
level of the house, up to the windows and everything. And it was like, finally the school's closed. It was like,
Oh yeah. Oh, the school buses were popping wheelies over the drifts to get us to school. Nah, but we'll be all right. It's all good.
Yeah. No, finally the school's
We
closed.
lived.
There used to be it was like a tunnel way that you would walk from, it was as big as, like, I don't think we've ever had a snow like
No,
that
not
before.
that.
That's
No.
back when all the scientists were saying there was a new ice age coming. Yeah, remember,
That's
those
probably
guys
why
were like,
we had to walk home in it.
the ice age
oh
is
my God,
coming, and
global
10 years later it was global warming. It's like,
Right.
no, let's not forget what happened 10 years ago. It's like I'll worry about global warming when the ocean is up to mid Hudson Valley
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Or when they all stop
celebrities,
flying around, the electric
We got
spot
we
We're
blows
not
got
up.
worried
power,
about it.
we got heat, we got food. We're good.
Yeah,
when
yeah,
celebrities
we're
stop
plenty
buying
stocked
beachfront
up.
property, you know it's a problem.
I agree, Shadow. Or when they're not flying around in their jets, because that
They're
takes up
such
more.
hypocrites and such
Yeah,
just such a a heaping pile of horse. You know what? They're
the
The
usual
climate has
rules for
changed since
the
the beginning of time.
army.
It's going to continue to change, and we have no effect on it
Yeah,
whatsoever.
we're not denying climate change. It's been happening for a billion years. We're
Yeah.
we're just saying it's not going to be catastrophic, and the world is coming to the end by
Yeah.
2012. Oh wait, I'm sorry, we're past 2012 already. Oh, that was the
Yeah.
Aztec calendar. Yeah, so the Aztec
Yeah.
calendar has been ruled out now. So
The Mayan calendar, Aztec calendar, yeah. But no, I mean, as far as like the whole green, tree hugging thing, all right, I won't deny, yeah, we probably are putting a bit of a dent on the atmosphere and climate, but it's so insignificant, it's like a mosquito bite. And
Yeah.
believe me, we are not the malaria of that mosquito bite.
Yeah, but maybe we'll get like psionic powers and it'll turn into Dark Sun.
Hey, you know what?
We can always get to that.
I'm personally rooting for global warming because you know what happens? Bikinis become an everyday thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with
Well,
you.
that's what I'm saying. It's like
Amen.
I
When we
wouldn't
start
have to.
dressing like John Carter, Warlord of Mars, worldwide, we have achieved paradise.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
That's what I'm saying. It's like
a lot of people these days shouldn't be wearing
I
bikinis.
mean,
Well,
We
if we
could use
warm
some
it up
warming
enough,
up here, I can tell you
we
that.
warm it up enough, they'll sweat it off.
we might have achieved paradise visually, yet I'm going to be the jerkhead and say it. They still get to vote. So
Ooh, okay. I'm right there with you, Squirrel. That's not being a jerk. That's just being a realist.
Again, a joke. But let's see where you're getting at. We have better a better view. A better view.
Matarock's gonna chime in and get all mad at me.
She's napping. No, she honest to goodness, if she was up, she would say right now, repeal the 19th. She would. No lie.
Yeah.
How did you get so freaking lucky?
No, my wife doesn't vote
blessed.
at all. My wife refuses to vote. She's
blessed.
convinced that voting gets you called in for jury duty.
I'm
But she still gets called for jury duty, and the first couple of times she throws them out, and then I'm like, listen, when they send you the fifth notice, they know you exist. It's like you got to respond to that. So
do they still ask you the questions like what are your hobbies and stuff? I put Star Trek and Dungeons and Dragons down on mine.
No,
they didn't
I
call
don't
me.
recall.
So
No, they don't ask that. But
they've never asked that on mine.
But now
It's
we know
more-
we know a.
I think too because mine was right after that Whitewater trial where that lady dressed up in her Star Trek uniform. Did you ever see the movie Trekkies?
No.
I've never.
Oh my God, you got to see the documentary Trekkies. It's old,
Yeah.
but it's all about the Star Trek conventions.
Oh, we just lost
Heard
somebody.
about that.
Who did we lose?
That was Mike.
I think
Mike
Mike wasn't. He kind
The-
of came on, but I don't think he was on.
Yeah, the haunted condo ate him. Whatever that was.
Yeah, that's right. The condo.
Right. Maybe
What
once.
was I going to say? Oh, so we know a court officer. So he's like, oh yeah, just give me the thing and I'll take care of it. And now my wife doesn't have. She won't be called for like the. He said stay on the list, and he said they're calling for grand juries, but they have so many cases that if they don't call you within the first 2 rounds, you won't be called again. You'll be treated as if you had shown up. And so now she's good for 6 years. So I was like, okay, whatever. The last time I wanted to be on the jury, and
But
I
it's
guess
not like
they
you
could-
get anything
they
interesting.
could tell that I wanted to be on a jury.
Something.
And so that's why they didn't put me on. It was like, oh man, I wanted to be on that one so bad because it was a child, essay, and guilty as freaking sin. You could tell it was guilty as when you have thousands of images on your computer, you're kind of toast.
Get a rope.
And he just looked creepy too.
Get a rope? Yes, I agree.
So I was like, oh, I want to be on this case, and it was like, during the questioning, it was like, Do you are you married? Yes, I'm married. Do you have children? Yes, I have children. Do you have daughters? Yes, I have daughters. Thank you very much. And that was the end. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I was
Yeah,
like,
I can't imagine who created that questionnaire. Wow.
well, the
So
defense
tough.
attorney gets to ask their questions too, and it was
Yeah.
like, you're not going to be able to eliminate every single person, that has, a wife and kids or whatever.
Right.
Ultimately, the jury was mostly women, and I was like, I don't know how that affected you, but they only get so many disqualifiers before they could no longer disqualify any people, and he ended up getting something like 6 or 7 life sentences.
Oh,
So
good.
ultimately he was found
Wow.
guilty. I just wish I was
Good.
there for it.
Okay.
Because sometimes they get soft.
No, not here. I mean,
Good.
this is New York, right? But this is like probably
Yeah,
like,
I know.
this is still central Hudson, New York. This is still, the height of, conservative, conservative Republican New York. Gun owning
The
New
one
York.
thing,
This is
the
the
one
gun
thing,
owning New York. So
the one thing I've always appreciated about New Yorkers, especially back in the day, per se. All right, New Yorkers came across as crass, assholes, gruff, whatever. The one thing I appreciated about them, they didn't put up with no bullshit. I ain't got time for this bullshit.
yeah.
I think I'm
Well,
more Midwest.
New
than I
York
am
City pulls,
New York
New York
City.
City sells for a lot of bullshit. I don't know when they're going to open
Yeah,
their
yeah.
eyes,
Well,
but
again, back in the day,
the rest of the
it
state,
was.
no.
But that's
Buffalo's
one
more
thing I
Midwest
always
though than it is.
appreciated about the peoples of the New York state, the New York area. You just don't. I ain't got time for your bullshit. I ain't got no time for your dumb shit. What do you want? What's the point?
Yeah,
Let's
but
get
they
there.
could be a little more polite.
Hey, Off Grid, how's it going?
Well,
Stay
I
more
Like the
mean,
South,
Let's
see a
everyone's
night
so
off
nice.
Friday for-
You don't have
Stuff
to be an
works.
asshole all the time. Pardon my French, Bloodworth.
no,
No,
you
I don't
don't.
care.
You don't
It's
have
a
to be
live
an
stream.
a-hole all the time.
We can be a little bit faster and looser with language on a live stream. YouTube
But
has different rules for live streams than they do
yes,
for
they do.
videos. Yeah.
Yet, again, that's one thing. What do you want? What's the point of this?
There's no time
the
wasting. I get it.
delivery,
Yeah.
the delivery of it. Ooh, so what? They're getting to the point.
Yeah, I agree.
Honestly, I think
I also agree with you. Like it could be like a little more gentle. A little more soft. And hey, what do you want? I get that, but you gotta respect. What do you want? What's the point of this?
Go ahead, Paul. What were you going to say before I counter
Oh,
his
yeah.
squirrel?
Well, yeah, the avalanche came in, but I was going to say, as far as jurors, that really should be a profession that you need to, like, they try to say you're getting judged by your peers, but some of the people that they pick are the dumbest human beings on the planet.
Or
Like,
people
they
with
don't
nothing to
understand
do
anything.
because everyone who's got a job doesn't want to lose their income. What do they
Right.
give you, like
Well,
$2 a
right
day?
off the bat, what they pay a juror is
You're right.
insulting.
It
It's
is.
Yeah, now you should be paid your missed wages. Period.
Yeah, then
bare
I'll
minimum.
do it.
Bare minimum. You really
Wages.
should be getting more than that. But
Yeah.
Hey,
it's
now
like you have-
listen. Your wages, your benefits, whatever. If you have a pension, your health care, whatever, 100%, it should be paid.
It's like a
100%.
punishment. It's almost like being punished.
it is punished for not finding a way out of it.
The system is the punishment, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
But honestly, no, there should be, like, you have to do a literacy test. You have to just do some basic, like, cognitive things, and you have to understand what the hell is going on. Because, yeah, the last time I got called in, it was for a gun murder, and all of us that had college degrees or any experience with firearms, they're like, yeah, list all the calibers you had experience with. I'm like, you sure? It's going to take a little while. But, like, yeah, because half of us knew what we were doing, and we all got dismissed. And I was like,
Yeah,
"Really?"
they
And
don't
then
want you to know anything. They certainly don't want you to know about the law. The
Right.
first time I ever got called in for jury duty, I was teaching criminal justice at the high school, and they were like, "Are you aware of what jury nullification means?" And I was like, "Yes, we are tried by a jury of our peers. That's not the judge. That's not the way. And the jury does have nullification ability. Off.
Oh yeah.
Next time I was called in, it was a civil case against a police officer, and I was with the military police. Off. Next time I got caught, there was always a reason for me to get rejected. I have yet to sit on a jury duty after 6 tries. They just never sat on a jury.
Really?
My brother was in on one it was a medical malpractice thing, and he said the women on it pretty much were just sitting there talking about how people were dressed the whole time. That was it. They didn't give a shit about it. And I was like, oh, that's wonderful. This person's like paralyzed for life or whatever, and their fate hinges on these people who don't give a shit. So
Wow,
Same
that
justice
is
system that gave us OJ acquittal. So
yeah.
Which, by the way, I
Sure,
think I
right.
might get my Bills jersey, the OJ Simpson Bills jersey. I might wear it at CNY Con just to be
Is
an
that the one?
edgelord.
Is that the one that instead of saying Simpson on the back, it says allegedly?
Oh, that one's awesome. No,
That one is awesome.
You can get a cheap one on like I don't know Temu or something stupid.
Yeah.
My buddy got one for Christmas. I was so envious. Guy who gave me the shirt actually.
My employer pays regular wages for jury duty. Yes. The only thing I used to have to do is, because I was working for the New York City public schools, and if the jury duty paid me $16 a day, I had to reimburse the school for that $16 a day. So I had to give them my jury duty pay, and I would just get my regular pay. And that's fairly standard, actually, at least here in New York. That's fairly standard. Like
it might be.
Your
I don't know.
employer is supposed to.
Still a hassle though. Why you gotta? You know what I mean? Why can't they just pay you?
Yeah. Well, it's like we'd still get paid, but I'd have to return to the DOE, the Department of Education, the jury duty money. And then I think later on it even became where it's like they automatically talk to each other because it's all government anyway. So it's like the government has to talk to each other.
They
it was
know
like
the monolith in New York.
Yeah. Well, I used to complain about the same thing. It's like when we were, when I was with the Army Reserve and we were going through toll booths, it was like we're one part of the government given to the other. It's like
I gotta say it. Somebody go back and get a shitload of dimes.
Yeah, it was like just didn't make sense. You'd have to use vouchers and everything. It's the government. It just let us go through for free. It's like one government agency giving the same, in some cases the same government agency the money. Made no sense.
It's
but
like
anyhow.
So
let's see. I can say hello to people now because we do have a voice here.
Hey, you're ramping up.
Hey, poor orc child. I have to be able to speak because my face
child.
is probably
that's Cal.
frozen.
That's Cal. Everybody knows Cal.
Frozen.
Fall out your face.
So, hey, Dean Pal Martin. Hey, how's it going? New name for me.
That's Dean Powell. Everybody knows
Dean Powell. He's good people.
Yeah. How's it going? And let's see. Glowing Turtle. How's it going?
I don't know Glowing Turtle.
I don't recognize where I live, we have lots of snow, and it's currently minus 35 degrees Celsius.
Jesus Christ.
That's
if
pretty
you
cool.
Don't use Fahrenheit, I don't want to know you. It's like get away with this domestic bullshit. Freaking Canadians.
35 degrees. I'm shuddering. Negative.
The only millimeters we use is for firearms. We're in America.
Yeah.
And miniatures.
Yeah.
Wait, but that's Celsius.
And again, he's talking Celsius. But anyways.
I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. I always sucked at that.
All I know is -40 is where they match, so they're getting pretty close.
0
what?
Fahrenheit.
Negative 40 Fahrenheit, negative 40 Celsius. Are the
0 degrees Celsius is 32 degrees
32 Fahrenheit.
Yeah. So if he's at 32, that would Celsius. What does that mean? That means it's almost 0.
Yeah, it's below freezing for them. Yeah.
It's below freezing for them. Yeah,
freezing.
so
Freezing. Remember, if you have freezing for
or
Celsius, is 0.
34 would be below freezing for them. I forget what he said it was. Minus 34 Celsius. See, I don't know what the hell that means.
Yeah.
If minus 34 Celsius is that's like, isn't it like below like minus where were you in Alaska?
Cut it in half.
Probably Canada, I would imagine.
Just cut it in half. When you go to negatives in Celsius compared to Fahrenheit, cut it in half, and you'll get in the
cut
wheel.
it in half, so it's like minus 17.
It's
Yeah,
still
you'll
cold.
get
I
to
mean,
us.
it's not
Yeah.
like, oh,
Fucking
geez,
cold.
what it was.
It's like,
And again,
A little
that's
tool
the
here.
wheelhouse.
Yeah,
That's the
consult the
wheelhouse.
oracle.
Yeah, we're gonna lose our minds here.
That's the wheelhouse. That's nothing precise, but that he's about minus 17, minus 19, 14,
Negative
somewhere around there.
31. It's negative 31 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's rough.
negative 31. Yeah, that's
that's
pretty
bad.
So, is that with wind chill? I hope that's with wind chill. That's
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
Not with that wind
17
chill.
here, but it feels like 0 because the wind is just I just feel it coming through my window over here. It's rough. Better than the -9 it was the other day. But
Oh, okay. No, yep, you're
It's
correct.
supposed to
Yeah.
get,
I
like,
think it's the
crazy
negative.
like that
pretty
here,
much from here on.
later on in the week. Yeah, it is 8 degrees here Fahrenheit. By me.
I'm
right
sure the
now.
wind chill's worse though. I mean, that I was out there snow blowing. That wind sucks.
Yep.
Yeah, it was pretty cold. The wind is only 8 miles per hour, which is not terrible. But yeah, it was starting to blow the snow mist as we were trying to plow it and shovel it and everything like that. We were like, all right, we had enough of this. We were out for
You're right.
like on like 15 minutes.
I like when you get to the
15,
back
20
half
minutes,
and then you
we
turn
take
around
outside.
and everything
And
you
you're
already
like, all right,
worked
we're
on
coming in.
already has a dust over it. And you're
Yeah,
like, shit.
yeah, that's what happened to me, Paul.
Yeah. You're like, oh no, it's coming again.
At that
Yeah.
point, I'm like, all right,
See,
Junior can go out.
Once we start having to crunch formulas like this, I'm starting to think of carrying capacity in villains and vigilantes.
Oh man,
Yeah, I was gonna
not
say
villains and
that's
vigilantes.
that's like building a cyber deck right there in
my
Shadowrun. I'm
strength
like,
is
no.
3.17. Oh my god,
Which I
I
absolutely
did love
love.
that game. I did
I
love that
absolutely
game.
love
I did.
the crunch
Yeah.
of that game.
Yes,
That was
I did
was
too.
the only game where I was like, oh, I don't mind this. I don't mind doing carrying
Right,
capacity
right.
in villains and
Decimals.
vigilantes and having to do that huge formula that you had to do. Just
Jeff
to figure
D's
it
art
out.
was nice on it too, though. I mean, it was classic, good comic art.
Yes.
Now, you guys, in the comments, you're correct. I was mistaken.
Jeff D is not as much of a douchebag in person as he is on the internet.
The other
Neither
way
am
around.
I.
Really
Neither am
quite
I.
surprising, but yeah, no, he's a great guy in person. I've had several conversations
I'm a
with
total
him.
douchebag on the internet.
But yeah, on the internet, he's a total douchebag.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
And like I said,
I went at it with him a long time ago, but
yeah. Oh, he had me blocked on Facebook a long time ago,
yeah,
and then I think he finally unblocked me after we met in person.
yeah.
But yeah, total douchebag on the internet.
Who isn't?
I know, that's what I tried to say. I tried to say that to another person. I was like, hey, you know what? If I ever came off as being, overly insulting, it's just not. It's not usually how I am, but and then the guy.
I think a lot's lost in translation, and I
Yeah.
think
Well, yeah. It's
people
like when
get
you're,
brave on a keyboard.
especially
I
text,
do. I'm guilty. Yeah.
Text doesn't carry tone and everything, and that's all I tried to say. And he took
I
it like
agree
I
with
was trying
that.
to apologize, and I was like, no, I wasn't trying to apologize. I was just trying to say, we're meeting in person. Let's try to just be a little bit cordial. And he made me realize that no, he's an asshole in person as well, and so I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit who you vote for or whatever. I just be civil to me. Wait till I'm at least out of the room before you talk shit. Give me that courtesy.
Talk shit to me in my face. Who cares? Whatever. Words don't hurt.
Yeah.
True. That's
So anyway, so well, I'm glad to see how a lot of people are on. So I guess a lot of people are snowed in.
yeah, I'll snowed in.
A lot of people. Well, I'll put the
On a
invite up
Sunday.
again since the invite is working now.
Yeah,
Yeah, if
do
you
it.
need
Why
someone
not?
to jump off, I can jump off.
And
It's not a big deal.
no, I can take up to 10 people on here.
Damn.
So
I was gonna say,
Yeah, yeah. He got the premium. Yeah, yeah.
a lot of room.
What do you use, by the way?
I
Because I
use
always wanted to
Restream.
start like a channel, but
Yeah, no, I use Restream for this kind of stuff, for live streams and stuff like that.
is there like
And
a fee
then
for it?
for my Restream, it's like $19 a month.
$20.
Yeah, $20 a month, and then that's because the other one, StreamYards, was going up to like 40 a month, and I was like, hell no. I said, I'm not paying $40 a month for this when now XSplit I use, and I don't pay for that, so that's free. So when I do my regular videos, that's with XSplit. But yeah, Restream is pretty reasonable, and like I said, I could bring a whole bunch of people on here. The only thing that doesn't give me, which is kind of weird, that prescription doesn't a subscription. That subscription doesn't give me additional like overlays or
Screen sharing
stuff
and
like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like a lot of mine does so much as screensavers. It doesn't give me like overlays, so it's like I can't set up. I could do this and set this up, but I can't preset the boxes opened already and have them, like, if I were going to try to run a game on it, it randomly puts the your images on here. Now, yes,
Right.
I could use this for gaming.
right.
And then I can bring up the screen. I might actually try that.
can't
I might
do like,
actually try
what
to
Double
live
D does.
stream gaming sessions if everyone is up for it, and kind of give that a test. Now that rest in peace, Shauna isn't around to butcher the shit out of me for how I'm running a game. But I actually wish that he was still around to give that kind of critique too, because his shit was funny as hell. But
I'm dying to see how people, other people run their games, because it's been a while since I've been.
I'm certainly not, I'm certainly not one of those 4D people. I'm probably like 2.5, 2.5D, or 3 at best.
Yeah.
Because we'll do the banter and everything like that. We're kind of
We
not
constantly
too
do.
serious and not too. We're so immersed that
Yeah.
If I ever put my gaming sessions out on the internet, we would all be banished from polite society.
It's
terrible. The conversations are awful.
Yeah, we're not going to be
funny.
We're game focused during our things, but we're not.
We go on tangents.
It's not going to be exactly. It's not going to be the entertainment value of sitting there and watching like a Critical Role, where
we went on less tangents though, since last week was our first Shadow Dark. We played Shadow Rim, and no tangents. Well, if they were, everyone's looking at the torch timer while they're talking, and I'm like, you know what? That is awesome. And then the initiative going around, great. If that mechanic worked out great to keep the flow going.
Dean, you would have to be like 5 in order to pull it down by 10 years. Let's see. We could use some of his favorite lighting.
I was gonna say, Roger's saying there's a free version of Restream if you want to use that, Edgelord. You'll just have to have a big old logo over your face. So, but
No, I don't need that.
I'm not a looker, so why not?
Have 2, and you can only have 2 people on it. No.
Yeah.
I couldn't have this group right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just screw around, and if I like it.
Speaking of Roger, I am like seriously. I think I sent you a text anyway, but I'm gonna probably shift that other Hyperborea game at your convention over to Shadow Dark, just for the ease of use. And I want to write another. I want to write another adventure.
Boom.
I don't want to run 3 different systems.
I know.
What I'm saying?
I know.
It's like,
I was looking so forward to Hyperborea. I was like, yes.
I can't be the only person running it. If
no,
I'm the only person.
That's what. You know what?
If I'm the
let me
only
read
person
it.
running Hyperborea, then I will stick with it. But
Maybe I'll try and pick up the mantle. We'll see. But
yeah, I'll see. I gotta see how it's going to work out and everything. But
what are you gonna run?
well, I'm already running my Shadow Dark adventure, the Shards of Ymir. I'm running Fallout, my own adventure for Fallout, set in
Thanks,
where
Roger.
is that? Oneonta, New York. All right, so it
Wait,
is.
what's happening? Say it
So
again.
so I'm running Fallout. It's my own adventure called The Awakening, and it is set at Vault 67 in Oneonta, New York.
I might have to get in on that.
Yeah, so that one's there, and it's set up. I use the the map, and everything is right there. There's a park that's right there, and I
All right,
just
that sounds cool.
yeah. So that's my setting
All right,
for my home campaign for
I won't yell
Fallout
at you about
is set in
3D.
New York. And then the other game I was going to run was an adaptation of Red Nails using Hyperborea. Although it might be easier for me to
I know,
do
it
the
sounded
same
so
thing
awesome.
and stick with Shadow Dark for it and keep that.
I'll play it with Shadow Dark. Yeah, because
Yeah,
I'm liking that system.
it'll be one or the other. If I find that there is if there's a good character generator so I can make pre-gens for Hyperborea, then I'll stick with Hyperborea. But just the ease of use of being able to do pre-gens and create pre-gens on the fly for Shadow Dark over Hyperborea makes Shadow Dark just a much better convention system than Hyperborea is.
Hi, Death Angel.
How you doing?
Hey, Death Angels, how's it going?
Not bad, not bad. Trying to prep for my show tonight.
Yeah. So
working.
how was what was the snow like in Tennessee? Did you guys get hit or no?
We got rain.
It started
Yeah.
off like as a snow rain or snow sleet mix
Yeah.
yesterday morning, and then kind of degraded to freezing rain, and then we had a little bit of icing on the trees, and like my antenna out there got a little bit of ice on it. So but then this morning it's like 45 outside right now.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
But it's raining, and it's supposed to dip really, really cold tonight. We're going to dip into the teens. So hopefully maybe it'll dry out a little bit, but I don't know. My wife's supposed to work tonight. She's one of those essential grocery store employees.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But
yeah, that was a bizarre thing about our area, because it was like, yeah, the grocery stores are open, they're essential, but no one else is allowed to drive on the roads. It was like, so
who's gonna walk?
car drivers are getting their groceries and nobody else can. It's like, because you weren't authorized to drive to the grocery store. It's like, then how is the grocery stores open, or why are they open? It's like,
well, yeah. How do you get? I mean, walk through that.
I guess you could walk through it.
In a paper bag.
I guess if you wanted to walk there's like 2 houses near the grocery store.
Well, we're all medical over here in this house,
like,
so we get a pass.
Yeah, well, we live up a hill, and there's a couple of spots that are kind of rough in icy conditions, or
Yeah, that sounds scary.
snowpack. So going down is usually not the problem. It's usually trying to get back up. We got rear-wheel drive. We don't have 4-wheel drive. Man, I miss having a 4-wheel drive in Tennessee. I had a 4-wheel drive in Florida, man. You kick that thing on, and when it in those
Is it hilly over there where you're at?
I'm in the foothills. Yeah, I mean,
okay.
I can see the Smokies.
My relatives are from Pennsylvania. It was real hilly down southern, like below Pittsburgh.
Yeah. My wife is from Wilkes-Barre, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but she was a Navy brat. Her dad was a career Navy, so she's lived all over. She lived in San Diego. I think that was the place
big
her mom
Navy
lived.
there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Huh?
San Diego's nice.
Yeah, that was her mom's favorite place. When they were living, they had
See why?
Yeah. She's like, yeah, it's like the same temperature year round. It never
Mhm.
changes.
Beach is nice. A lot of nice
Yeah.
people. Pendleton's out there.
Yeah.
I was there.
But she when she was about 5, I guess, kindergarten age, they lived in Nolens, and they didn't know better. They put her in public school in New Orleans. Yeah, you don't do that apparently. But any rate, but yeah, well, I grew up in Florida, and that's where I met her. So, but I moved up here about 6 years ago, and it's great, except I'm having a hard time finding consistent people that want a game because
That sucks.
It's
and
getting harder. It's getting harder.
I mean, post COVID, yeah, especially, but even we bought the house like during COVID, although we were pretty quick over and done with COVID here. I mean, it was maybe a month where things were shut down, and then they're like, yeah, and we're not going to do that anymore. We're opened up, and once if you got outside of the Knoxville or any of the Nashville, any of the metro areas, no, nobody wore masks, nobody did nothing. Everybody's like, yeah, we don't care.
Yeah.
So and no major
It was
problem.
almost like that around here. I mean, I mean, Buffalo itself is pretty blue, but everything around it is pretty heavily red. So
Yeah. I got stuck in Tonawanda once.
did you? I'm
I
in North Tonawanda.
Okay, yeah. So you know how many times I accidentally crossed the border?
Where were you in Tonawanda? Do you remember?
It would have been early '90s. God, it probably would have been probably '93, something
Were
like
you on
that.
the river?
Hey, Grandma.
I'm trying to remember. I know it was like an older part of town that I was staying in. So what happened is I had this friend of mine, this girl that you know how it is, right?
I do.
Yeah. So she had worked for Disney, and she wanted to go back home to Lockport, right? That's where she
Oh
was
my
from.
God, that's where my
Yeah.
wife's from.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So I'm like, yeah, I'll drive you up there, right? So and they said they would give me money to get back home, gas money, right? Yeah, guess what they didn't have when we got
Yeah, of
there.
course.
So I got stuck there
Oh
for
shit!
about a
Had
month.
I known, I would have let you stay.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, I was.
Early '90s. Did I have my house yet? Maybe not. I don't think I had my house yet.
Yeah, I know. I was, I was young, dumb, and I wasn't even old enough to
Sure.
drink in the States, but
Weren't
I
we
sure
all?
was in Canada. I was 20.
Oh,
So.
so you didn't know? Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah. We
yeah.
used to do that all the time. We'd go over there, and
In
there's a
Niagara,
place called City Limits. We called it Shitty Limits. We'd go drink up there, and
there was some mall that had a bar down underneath.
it,
In
that was in
Niagara.
Toronto, I think, right?
No. This was in Niagara Falls. I mean, it was like right
Canada
across
or U.S.
Canada. It was on the Canadian side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I
Niagara
was
Falls,
20,
US
man. I
is
wasn't drinking, and
freaking
I wasn't.
Mogadishu.
Yeah. Well, and we went up there, and of course, I had to do the whole sober up thing to drive back across the border.
Yeah, but that was back before 9/11, so they probably
Yeah.
would have been like, "Hey, go ahead, walk it off and come back."
Yeah. Well, plus I had, every time I crossed the border, I got searched because, long hair, metalhead, Florida plates,
Yeah,
beat up
yeah,
old truck, they just kind of like red flag,
yeah.
red flag, red flag. Yep, we're gonna search you. Oh,
Well, I got pulled over a month ago. They made me go inside Border Patrol. Someone with the same name as me is wanted.
Oh man.
Coming back to the, and I said, "Oh no!" And the guy goes, "You know why?" Like the one guy's like, "All right, you're gonna have to pull over." So me and my friend are like, "Oh, what the hell's going on?" So the one Border Patrol guy goes, "Do you know why they are taking you out of the car?" I go, "No." They go, "Someone with your name is trying to get back into the country." I go, "Oh, well, crap. I hope it's not my son or my dad because we all got the same name." And he goes, "Are they black?" I go, "No." He's like, "Then they're okay." Like, all right. Well,
Oh, so you got a
but I had to
senior,
sit there
junior,
for
and
an
a third,
hour
huh?
almost,
Yeah.
It was crazy. While they're typing up, I got to watch this guy type up some report. It wasn't an hour, but it seemed like it.
Yeah. Yeah, they searched everything, and it was fun. I got to say I drove from Orlando up to Ontario
Yeah.
in one awake session, and then of course
Yeah.
I kept
Wow.
on I kept on accidentally going across the Peace Bridge.
Oh God,
And
the Peace Bridge,
yeah, and it's like, oh man, or what's that island? There's the island up there
Grand
too.
Island.
Grand Island, yeah.
Yep. I'm
I
right
would,
across from it.
yeah, okay. But it was fun. So that part everybody was kind of cool that I met around there. Of course, there was some factory that had been on strike for 20 years back then. You know, uh,
Yeah.
uh, you
20
know,
years.
uh, yeah, yeah. I was like, well,
That was me in a previous life.
yeah. I forget they were out there and they had they were burning pallets and stuff like that in
I
barrels.
wonder if it was Dunlop.
I don't know. This, like you said, it was probably 90. Had to be
I think it
93.
was Dunlop. I think they had a long strike around then, if I
Yeah,
remember. I used to work right next to them.
yeah.
I
But
was in a forge, believe it or not.
oh, that's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool.
The
Yeah,
pay was cool.
see, my I was born up in I guess you could call me a damn Yankee. I was born up due south of Lake Michigan. That's where I lived for like the first 8 years of my life, and then this when all the mills were closing, the steel mills. Because my dad was a metallurgist for Bethlehem Steel.
Yeah, we had a big, huge Bethlehem Steel where we were.
Yeah,
All of Lackawanna, right south of Buffalo. Like you could just see it's all rusted out now, but
yeah,
huge, huge factory.
yeah.
Sorry, guys, we're talking about Buffalo.
No,
Oh,
no,
that's
that's
fine.
derail it.
but yeah, it was so we moved down to Florida, and I pretty much grew up there. My middle school, seventh grade, I went to Denjon Middle School in Kissimmee, which if anybody's been to Disney, they've probably been to Kissimmee.
Yeah, yeah. Kissimmee's like the big
Yeah,
Disney suburb
yeah,
there.
the big tourist area.
Our rear detachment when I was stationed in Honduras was in Orlando.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay. But like I said, when you grow up in a place and that's the year I got introduced to gaming. My history teacher, Mr. Holmes, I don't know if he's still alive. I need to find out. Um, he was like the sponsor of the D&D club, which I didn't never joined. I never got pulled into that, but I did get introduced by one of my buddies to D&D then, and our mascot was a red dragon. We were the Denjon Dragons. So yeah, since then they've torn down my high
Awesome.
school and rebuilt it, but or my
yeah.
middle school.
My
Every
grandpa bought me the red box set, or not my grandpa, my uncle
Yeah,
bought me the red box set, and I think like the Mentor one in what 83? I think it was 83. That's when
yeah.
it started.
I forget
That's
what
what
my
got me
buddy.
into it.
Yeah, my buddy. I need to reach out to him again. He moved to Texas and got married. Him and his wife live out in Texas. They've been out there, God,
That's
forever.
the
So
goal for me. I'm trying to move to Texas, but the family's not ready,
yeah,
if ever.
Texas isn't
Where are
bad.
you at, Shadow? If you don't mind me asking.
I'm up in California, high
Okay,
desert.
nice.
Yeah,
Well,
it is nice. It's peaceful, but I've been here like
Yeah,
15, I've been here 15 years. I've met like two gamers, but none I would invite into my home. You know, one guy actually owns a shop, but it's 40K stuff. I'm not into that.
yeah,
You guys are talking about the D&D club. My son, his high school has a D&D club, and before he was in high school, he had played D&D with me. He played with his friends, but wouldn't join the club because there's one kid that he don't get along with. And I'm like, oh my god, I could have like donated all kinds of crap to the
yeah.
club.
yeah.
He was too busy doing
Get
other
get
stuff.
get, get him playing Arduin and
Oh, he drew the flags for the map of Arduin that Emperor's Choice is putting out. At
yeah,
14, he made those flags. He's the youngest professional contributor to the hobby, except for all those Chinese kids that are painting miniatures.
well, they're kind of painting them.
Right. The pre paints that you get, from Whiz Kids and wherever. But he had a game a couple of weeks ago with his friends, but he doesn't want to do anything organized, or he's got too many things going on. This is last year of high school.
Oh, he's a senior.
Yeah, I get it. He's
Jix,
trying to do a whole
Jix
bunch
will
of
do
different
it.
things. But none of them really, are gaming. I mean, a little bit, and he'll probably do more, but you know, he's got so little time and too many choices. So
I'm
can't say.
lucky I had the Sunday group I had at that age. Otherwise, I
Yeah.
probably wouldn't have played either.
But there's like nobody here who plays D&D, or if they do, it's probably 5e.
And
My
they all
age.
go online to play it, which I nothing against online, but there's nothing like being
And
at a table with
oh
your friends.
yeah, and that's my thing. Look, I'm resigned to doing it now. Richard knows, he and I are both, trying to do a thing. Yesterday, I was in a Castles and Crusades game, the Patreon game. I was like, did Richard sign up? He's like, well, we didn't really have a lot of advance notice. They wanted to get one done before the end of January.
Yeah,
I
I
was
saw that. I saw their posting about it, and I was like, but he was talking about June, and I was confused by that flyer that I
no,
got. But
yeah,
I
yeah,
I stop with the Patreon right now anyway because I'm trying to save up some money for conventions, and I was
yeah,
like, all right, I'm not gonna pay $15 a month when I was just as good with their $7 a month or whatever on Twitch,
yeah.
and I was like, you know what, I want to save up for
I
I
got
want
to
to
save
save
up
up for
too.
conventions,
CNY sounds like I'm going
and
to drop a lot
you know
on stuff.
plus I'm kind of running out of time, space time as far as my games are concerned because I'm running my Tuesday night. I'm you know running or playing on a Saturday, and then always looking for another one to slide in there someplace.
You
And I
got my
was like,
Thursday game this week.
yeah, and plus the Thursday nights. So I'm like, I already got 3 nights a week that I'm doing. So I don't have room for the Patreon. I mean, if I
And
knew
mine's,
about it, I would
only
have
every other
paid.
week for you, Richard.
What's
Uh,
that?
and the one you're in of mine is only every other week.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like, and the Saturday game might be in every other week as well. So, but I was like, all right, I got 3 games that I'm involved with, and I'm trying to prep for a convention in April, and then 2 conventions in June, and one in September. So I was like, all right, I got enough on my plate right now, so
Yeah.
I don't need a Patreon game.
Well, of course, I'm trying to create a con here. So
Yeah, I saw that.
yeah, I'm working on it. I gotta wait until I get my bonus so I can file all my paperwork and uh, I need to form an LLC and I'm gonna
Yeah,
try.
I'm sure it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, well, yeah, and it's LLCs in Tennessee are more expensive than they are back in Florida. It's like $300 for the LLC, and then every year you have to file, your report, and that's another $300. In Florida, it's like 150 for the LLC, and it's $50 to file. So it's like, ouch. But
Like the YouTube channel with me, I keep threatening to do it, but like now that Roger's got his thing going on, he's only a couple hours away. I'm like, have at it.
Yeah.
I almost went last year. I didn't though, but I'd love to go.
well,
I'm going this year.
I'm hoping to be able to get up there. I was supposed to go up there with Matt. I was talking to Matthew about kind of him and I splitting the cost on stuff and going up there. But now I hear he might be flying up instead. Maybe he made that drive delivering all that stuff, and he's like, "Oh, I don't want to do that again."
I can only imagine. Yeah, I
I
can't
I
wait.
made that trek, but so. Yeah, I may have to rethink it, but I really, if there's 2 cons in particular, I'd really want it. I'd love to hit, but at least one of, and CNY is definitely one of them. Because Tankar is going to be there, so he's like, oh, you better come up. And Roger, of course, it's Roger's con. And he's like, yeah, man, you need to come up. So
Yeah.
all these people. I kind of want to.
Double
Well,
D, he's gonna be there.
yeah,
Yeah.
Double D will be there. I will be there. This year, Jeffrey Talanian won't be there, but next year he will.
Oh yeah,
He said that. Yeah, he said this year it's just falling on. It's the same weekend that he's bringing his daughter to college. And
Oh
so
yeah.
he was like, "Yeah, just poor timing of it."
well then
But
you
he'll
know
be
what?
there.
The pressure's off you then, Bloodworth, because I'll play Hyperborea next year.
Yeah. Oh, you wait till Jeffrey Talani's there.
Yeah,
Like, this game. Well,
if
you
I'm
need to
gonna
get
get
to
into it, let's
ShireCon.
do it that way.
Yeah, you need to get to ShireCon.
Yeah.
I
That's
had
in September.
I had Tom on a couple weeks ago. We were talking with him, and I'm actually going to run. That Kickstarter that he had. We've been doing. You guys mentioned Shadow Rim. We just finished up last Monday a Shadow Rim game
I
that
saw. I
Chubby was
watched
running,
that. Yeah.
and that was fun. And we're gonna kind of keep the stream thing going. I think on Mondays, Erudite DM and myself, I stream it on my channel. He's got it on his, and Better with Bacon.
Yeah.
He's and we picked up Lord Mateus. So Matt's on there with us. And we're gonna do a wrap up show tomorrow. But we're gonna do it at 8 o'clock Eastern instead of 7. We did 7. We did 7 Eastern for Chubby, because he goes to bed early.
Mateus had a good interview with DM Scotty. Was it?
I did. I want to get
That was
DM
awesome.
Scotty on, man. He seems
DM
like
Scotty's
a blast.
awesome. I like.
Yeah, I haven't talked to him in forever. When Jackie and I used to do we used to do crafting stuff and father and son stuff together, and I used to talk to him all the freaking time, and then we sort of drifted away from that, and so I haven't talked to him in forever.
He got really into the
Easy
Easy
D6 is such a killer system too. I mean,
I hear that a lot, but I'm like, I've got like 350 games already.
right.
How-
And that's good, but I think what I like about it is I think it's like perfect for like a miniature kind of like if you got a lot of miniatures on the table and terrain and stuff, that's the game to play. It's Easy D6.
Yeah, I got to look into it. When I was in Runehammer's store, I noticed that was one that he had prominently on his shelves too. So I was like,
I'd love
all
to
right.
go. Where's his store at, Bloodworth? I'd love to go
It's
there.
just outside of Philly.
Yeah. I've seen
Maybe it
at
is
his
in
store.
Philly. I forget if it's exactly in Philly or what, but no, it was a trip. It was to get there. It was you're kind of like a whole bunch of side roads and everything like that, but you're right there in like the gut of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And then nice little storefront, and he's right there, and it's like so you see the guy that he's running his own shop. And
Have you played his game? That other one he made, not Index Card, but he made another one that
Crown and Skull.
Yeah, have you played that?
I haven't played it. I have it.
Do you?
I haven't played it
It
yet.
looks cool.
Yeah, it's a very
Some cool rules in it.
it's a very interesting rule set. Yeah,
He's an
like
interesting
he has
guy. He's
some
pretty
things,
innovative.
and that's the other thing I want to pick up is his. He has like a DM's kit.
Yeah,
right now.
Index Card. I saw that.
I'm definitely getting that. And then the mat, the neoprene mat that he has for Crown and Skull, I think it's designed for Crown and Skull, but you could use it for other game systems as well. And I'm looking at that thing, and I was like, man, with that mat and everything, you could probably develop a system to play Crown and Skull solo. Just utilizing the map and the cards and everything that will go out onto that mat. So I think I'm going to go all in on that stuff and just pick
when
up.
you think you're out, Bloodworth, they pull you back in.
Yeah. No, I'm going to go all in on that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it's on the store. I was like, you know what? I'll
It looked
certainly.
like a cool system. I saw
Yeah,
that,
that's a definite. Well, I already have the books. I just don't have that. I just don't have the DM's tip thing on it. And he was bringing up some like really cool ideas about
Yeah.
like monster generation. He was like, no, you should have a system where, so the players encounter an orc, but the orc has it has its basic stat block, but it has no other traits or attacks or anything like that. And you have your players roll, since it's an orc, it's a 2-hit die creature. They're going to roll twice on a D100, and that sets up its stats, its abilities that it's going to use, its attacks or whatnot. And then you just do that. So every time they encounter an orc, it has a potential of being completely different than the last 50 times that they faced an orc. It's so,
Sounds a little time consuming though, unless you've got it like right there handy.
oh yeah, it's right there in the book. So you have the players roll 2D100, and now bang, I already have the 2 abilities that this orc is going to have.
Yeah,
so
that's something I would do before the game, as opposed to eating up time during the game. It's like critical hit, rolls when you got to go look for the table and then roll it up, and in the middle of.
Like DCC.
Yeah,
it slowed it down. Those tables in that game slowed it. I know everyone loves DCC, and I do too. But
I'm not one of those guys. But okay, no, it's just like
you got to get the reference book. That's why.
I've got all the DCC books. I just don't like them.
Okay.
We've for the most part, like most of the people I know, we get like 2, 3, maybe if we're really lucky, a 4-hour online game, and there's a lot of things that can really slow down and eat up the time. I was talking about this last week. That's why a lot of people I know don't like role play. Like really get into their character because they're they feel like they're pressed for time to hurry up and get to the good stuff, which is for a lot of people it's the combat. So they don't want to screw around with other stuff.
That's why with our current Dragon Slayer campaign,
combat guys can find another table.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, but that's what I'm saying. That's what something like Easy D6 would be good for, is something like that type of player, where you just got terrain and miniatures, and the game is so easy that it's kind of not the background, because it is a good system, but do you know what I'm saying?
It's just an arbitration system. It's
right, an easy arbitrate. Yeah,
right,
exactly.
Yeah, and I mean it looks cool.
To get to what Shadow was saying, Shadow, that's why with the Dragon Slayer campaign, I want to slow us down as far as how many scenes we're going to do, how many encounters we're going to do, or whatever, so that we can get into much more, much more in depth on it. So, if you're going into a dungeon with, let's say, 20-room dungeon, I want us to spend at least 3 sessions on that 20-room dungeon. You know what I'm saying? I want you to take each room and literally spend the time learning whatever you can in that room, or encountering and fully encountering whatever you encounter in that room. So if it takes, 40 minutes to, deal with just one room, between all of your combat and your searches and your this or that, and oh my gosh, we might only get 1 more room done or 2 more rooms done in this session, that's perfectly fine, because I think you'll get more out of.
Well, if you with something like that, you really got to kind of dress up the room, don't you?
Yes, that's that's done ahead of time.
Mystery, throw some mystery or throw weird things in it, not necessarily unusual or unexpected things, not freaking talking payphones or something. Just
hooks,
weird
hooks to get the players.
Dragon Slayer has whole charts on room dressing. You know what I'm saying? It's
Greg is. Oh man!
It allows you to, to put those really interesting things in there, and so that is the kind of stuff that I want you to spend more time with. So instead of it being like a freaking, a sprint through, hey, let's get through as many rooms as we possibly can, in the same 3-hour time slot or 2.5-hour time slot. I'd rather you spend that, 2.5 hours or 3 hours actually learning something about the world,
As long as
finding
they're
some
not red
interesting stuff
herrings,
to
you know.
do, and having some pretty challenging combats in between.
Like I said, as long as it's not a lot of red herrings, you know, or the players aren't like, you know, over analyzing things and starting to get paranoid about things that you had no intention of it being a thing, and then they take this silly little thing and run off into left field for like, you know, 6 sessions that have
Sometimes,
actually.
What
sometimes
players
that
do
can,
that?
Yeah,
yeah,
that's player.
sometimes
That's
that could be a
players,
lot of
man.
fun too. It's
Yeah,
like,
Right.
you know,
that is fun. Yeah.
I mean, to go back to like my own experience, we had that one. We had that one time with the AD&D campaign where they the magic user charmed a dark druid, and befriended him, and the guy was following along with him and everything. So they were like, all right, we're gonna go forward. We're gonna go fight against this. They thought it was a lich that they were gonna end up fighting, but it was actually a fake one. But anyway, it was like, they thought, and they were like, well, we don't want to bring this guy in because we don't want to, we don't want to lose him because he's going to be a valuable asset later on. So they stuck him in a room, like a storage room, and they just closed the door, left him there, said, hey, you stay here, and they went off to go fight, and then
2 months later.
when they
rations
came
at 'em.
back, when they came back like 2 hours later or whatever, they were like, "Hey, where's the druid?" It was like, oh, he just up and left, and eventually, like a month later, when his charm wore off, he realized everything that was done to him, so he became like a freaking nemesis to them.
Yeah.
For the next 12 months. You know what I'm saying? It's like and it was of real time 12 months, and whatever number of 56 sessions later, they're still dealing with the machinations of this guy who was truly pissed off at them for for charming him and using him to get through the stuff. So those kind of unexpected tangents that happen is just something that is role-playing gold, and it's campaign building gold, in my opinion. So like I said, if you spend 3 hours going through 2 rooms or 3 rooms, but it is all valuable time spent, I don't care what kind of tangents, you develop paranoia from it, awesome. It's like that's the best thing for the players, to be nervous about shit. It's like that's the key. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and it means more prep on my part, which is certainly something I'm going to look to do between today and tomorrow, and definitely do that. Oh, we have Dean looking to join the ad. Join the
Great.
So
Hey,
here we
Dean.
go. Hey, Dean. There is no way in hell you're dropping this average age by 10 years.
Is that gray hair I see over there? He's like,
I
Oh,
don't
I'm
have
such
gray
a
hair
young
like
cub.
Cinder, but I had that since like I was 23.
Hair follicle wise, maybe, but
Right.
but not
Welcome to
age.
old.
Yeah. Mine's all pulled
Down
back,
that.
guys.
Edgelord, I was going to suggest that you join the Cool Kids Club and get both of the books for Crown and Skull, but according to the chat, apparently Hank is abandoning it.
That's
so
what I heard. That's what I'm
That's what he
reading.
does.
He's not going to do the 3rd book?
I don't know. Ask Agile Monk.
They're saying, he's possibly
he's in the
abandoning
know.
it.
Oh, he's going to abandon. Oh, I didn't realize that. Possibly, I have
lame.
heard Hank is abandoning it. He had a 3rd book in mind.
Yeah.
When I spoke to him, he was talking about a 3rd book. It was always meant to be a trilogy.
It's a shame. They're good books. I like the system. I like the skills as hit points, because I hate hit points. I think they're just stupid. Don't make any sense. So when you take an injury, like something gets broken, or you lose a skill for a while until you heal it.
Yeah.
That's what I always loved about Star Wars.
That's not how life works, though, Paul.
How so? So like, if I got a broken hand, how am I going to pick a lock?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't forget how to do it.
Sure.
Just 'cause I
Are you going
can't do
to
it doesn't
pick
mean
it with
I
your?
forgot
You're
how
going to
to
pick it with your feet?
You could still try your left hand. You could,
Sure.
or you could guide someone else
But
to do
I've
it.
got I've got 15 hit points. I take 14. I'm still fighting at full strength.
No, you're right. That doesn't make sense. That's why
Oh, it's going
I
to be
think
fine.
Traveler did it better. Traveler
Never
did it
made
a little
sense.
better. Where your stat gets lowered as opposed to your skill.
Sure.
Still
I
like
mean,
Star
I
Wars
don't really want
D6.
this. If you ask me, I don't want the stats to get lower because then you get into the situation where, like,
That's
now
fine.
you're losing harder.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what happens in combat.
That's why violence should be frightening.
Yeah.
Because you can die.
Yeah.
The death spiral is a real thing.
Yeah.
As soon as you get clocked, the right way, you're going down, possibly for good.
Yeah.
That's why I like
Yeah.
games that start you off with like low hit points, and you don't like do that fighter thing where suddenly you went from 10 hit points at first level, 10th level you're at like 80 or 90. So you're like 8 times tougher. After the course of your adventure. No, 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 no. You're not falling down like 80 feet of freaking cliff and brushing it off like it was no big deal.
But Shadow, the fighter with the knife to his throat still has 100 hit point left after losing 4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was it was fun when we were a kid, but when we've taken a couple of blows to the face, the teeth, the gut, and stuff, we realize, no, that's not how things work, is it? Or have you ever actually been shot or stabbed?
I haven't been shot, but I have been like hit in the neck in such a way that I was like paralyzed for like half a minute.
Yeah, throw bullets to anybody.
But neither very seriously, and
I got chopped in the head with a machete.
You got
True
what?
story. Christmas Eve in Honduras, I sure did.
Is it like on the back of the egg, or?
I think
No,
I'd rather get
I
struck
got
by
a scar
lightning
like
again.
right around here. Still
It's just a Christmas tradition in Honduras.
explains why I forget things.
Yeah.
Well, hey, at least you survived, which makes it a Christmas miracle.
Right. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Speaking of Hank, I would love to play in one of his games. I know that he runs games at his shop. I would have to go there, get a hotel room just to play one night in one shot in his shop, and then go home the next day, and that'll be the whole thing, because he really doesn't do conventions, even though he has Paige right there in his it's 20 minutes away from.
I'm sorry. Who's Hank?
He's the creator behind Runehammer.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. Like 10 different names. I know when he was on my channel, he actually he used his real name. So it's like it's not Hankerin Farinali. It's not Ingrid Bernal. I forget what his real name is now. It's like Joshua something or something like that. He has like a normal real first name,
Yeah, when you watch his videos, he's kind of got a wild energy about him. So maybe
stream of consciousness. Yeah, it is.
I will admit, when I hear the name Hank, I think of like Hank the Tank, which was that bear that was like very huge that ran around eating everyone's food.
Yeah, he goes by Runehammer or Hankerin Fernale or whatever.
I want to get out there and go to his shop again, and like I said, potentially play in one of his games. Right. I'm sure. Yes, he does have a real name, and none of those are his. I forget what his real name is now.
The Index Card RPG's got some cool ideas to it too. I never played it. I had it for the longest time, but it didn't meet the Purge, the Grand Purge.
Yeah. It was okay. I mean, a lot like Crown and Skull. It's another D20 game, so it's kind of like
that's right. His real first name is Brandon.
Yeah,
it's right. Brandon Gilhelm. So even Brandish is not his real first name. Yeah, well, I think his name is Brandon. It is. Thank you for reminding me.
He's like a secret agent.
Yeah.
Well, I don't hide. I'm not afraid. People call me
not so secret.
Only by my name. Yeah, my name's not secret. I have a channel for ham radio stuff too. So, and
mine's staying secret till the boy's well over
I get it. I get it. Yeah,
we,
no.
he started out. We were doing the channel. He was 11. There was no freaking way. I mean, what would
Yeah,
you do?
my co-host Cam, I call him the interplanar man of mystery because I don't even know his real but he's with me on tonight. He'll be on. He's my co-host. He keeps me from squirreling because I'm want to do that. And he's also on the Babylon 5 show, and then he does the Top Lofty Lounge with Sci-Fi Snob, who's that's the one we normally do the Babylon 5 show on, but
Mhm.
we're going to be multi-streaming that one, so it'll be on my channel, it'll be on Snob's channel,
What
and
time?
uh the Babylon 5 show,
Yeah.
yeah, that's going to be 8 p.m. On Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time.
I'm looking forward to that.
So if anybody's got questions, man, let me know.
I really don't. I'm just gonna sit back and watch because that's gonna
I
be.
still
I
have to
like
get around to
Shadow's
watching
Question's
Babylon
my
5.
favorite so far.
Oh,
Thanks. Thanks.
we'll
It just so happens it's the only night a week. Wednesday is now my only night off. You know
is
what I
it
mean?
really?
That I'm not doing a game or a show because Bear had invited me to his every other Wednesday show, and when he realized I'm in like 9 games a month, sometimes 9 games a week as well, he's like, "Okay, no, you're uninvited to my game. Have a night off." I'm like, I was kind
Yeah.
of looking forward to your game, dude, but you know,
Yeah. I like I said, I don't, I get it, Grandma.
Yeah.
I'm in rural East Tennessee. Good luck. You got to get
yeah,
to my neighbors to
Grandma,
get to me.
you are fully justified. I
Absolutely.
don't know how anybody, I mean literally anybody, could have anything mean or shitty or snotty to say to RPG Grandma ever. I mean, unless she cuts you off in traffic or cuts in front of you at the grocery store, which I know she would never do. What could she have possibly ever
The
done?
internet finds a way.
I know,
Yeah.
right? It's so full of
The
twisted,
internet finds a
sad
way.
little pathetic pieces of crap. Um, I mean, it just doesn't make it just.
Oh yeah, I was reading something about there's a game, I guess, that's in development, and they're trying to be it's a computer game, and apparently they didn't put the message in their the message, into
No.
their game. They're trying to be authentic, a medieval authentic uh,
Right.
role playing game, computer role playing game. And of course, now they're getting targeted because they're not putting that stuff in, and it's like,
That might
ah,
actually work the opposite way. What's the name of this game?
well,
Well,
I'm
yeah,
followed,
that
and
was
I followed on Steam. Yeah, I'm like, oh,
yeah.
I'm
All it did was Streisand affected. It was kind of like
yep,
it's another Polish developed, almost kind of Kingdom Come Deliverance type of game where you're
Oh,
knights and
that's a
stuff.
cool
And
game.
people
yeah,
are like, well, maybe they're going for historical accuracy, and it's like, guys, at the end of the trailer, you're fighting a dragon. There were no dragons in history. They just
yeah,
didn't want to, put some weird mutant into it. They just put like a regular farm girl or something like that you could romance. And one guy was like, "We hope you leave room for some LGBTQ options." And they're like, "No, we're not interested in any messaging. We're interested in fun games." Like the head of the company said that to him
yeah.
on Twitter.
Nice.
Hey,
Yeah,
like I said, it got me to follow. Clownfish was where I saw it, and I'm like, oh,
yeah.
Steam, opened up Steam. I'm following the game.
What game is that?
I
um,
got to look at it now. Yeah.
it's Knights something or other. Let's see.
Holy crap!
Yeah, they went after like Harry Potter and all that pretty hard, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
And then it turned out I didn't even like the game.
Knight's Path. Yeah.
Knight's
Night
Path.
Path?
Yeah,
Nice path.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll look at it.
yeah. Like I said, Streisand effect. You're absolutely right, man.
Yeah.
That's like I said. It got me to find I have not bought Baldur's Gate 3,
I loved it.
and
I
and I
loved
don't
playing it.
and I was a huge, like, I was a beta tester for Neverwinter Nights.
I love that
I
too.
I was I was a huge BioWare fan, and all that stuff, and it's just like they Well, you know.
I know. I kind of, I don't know. I do try to look past. It is kind of goofy with Baldur's Gate 3, but like it was a fun game though.
Yeah, it looks
Mechanics in
great.
it were great. I love the Underdark. I guess the Underdark part was my favorite because
Yeah.
The
I'm a
game
fan
does
of the
fall off
Underdark.
very hard in the third act.
Yeah, I agree. Once you get to the city, it sucks. I loved the Underdark though, just because I'm a fan of that whole setting.
I mean, the Underdog is pretty fun. It just needs to be somewhat survivable. I don't like the Mustara one because it's not survivable.
Right.
Yeah.
Only 2 cities like exist, and that's because Immortals wills did.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm a huge, I ran in Forgotten Realms for a long time.
I did too.
That was
Yeah.
I did
I'm
too.
sorry to hear that, RPG Grandma.
oh
So
yeah.
she went on to say that it was bad. So
Yeah, I fear
they
that
went
too.
directly after her on
I
X
always fear
also.
stuff like that, but I can't live. I can't live my life in fear.
No.
Yeah, I never.
I
Believe it or
like I
not,
said.
like as abrasive as I am sometimes, I very rarely do I get anybody that comes at me on X or.
Where do
You are not abrasive. You're mild.
I am abrasive outside
I mean,
of.
Paul over here, he's abrasive. You, no,
But I
never.
understand what you're saying, Bloodworth.
Right,
Like
Paul?
people would
I
go,
can be
"Oh,
abrasive
he's
from
a
time to time.
Nazi," and all that other stuff. And
Yeah, it's like I just I don't shy away from I don't shy away from being apolitical or saying
Right.
like this has
Say what you
no
believe,
place at my
right.
table
Yeah.
or whatever.
But you're still polite
you know.
about it. You're firm but
Yeah.
polite.
That
Yeah,
doesn't
but
matter though.
it's like I'm surprised, literally surprised that few people actually come at me, attack me, do whatever. And it's like I think mostly they just block me. I think one time there was an app that showed like how many people blocked you on a certain thing, and I was like, wow, I'm like blocked by like 600 people.
Wow.
Just like
I
and
would wear that as a badge of honor.
well, no,
Yeah,
I do,
well,
but I'm like
kind of extreme.
wow, it's like pretty,
To
so
be fair,
I get
to be
very
fair,
little.
Bloodworth, that's probably because you've been put on a list, so they auto block you.
Yeah, well, that too, but I'm like that's probably just a result where they either don't want to engage and attack directly, they'd rather just block.
Yeah, well-
and I was like, well, I lose half the fun when you
we'll
just
see how
blocking without me knowing.
we'll see how much ire I get tonight because I've got Daniel from Driving and Dragons on.
Okay, yeah.
He's my guest tonight on my Bad News Barge show. So I know
I like him, Mick.
I do too.
At first, he was. Whose channel was he on? I was like, I totally disagree with this. And then all of a sudden, I started getting around to it. I'm like, you know what? I like his point of view. I forget what channel I was watching.
It's the thing. Well, because he's got a Kickstarter right now that he's trying to do, and I don't.
Does he? What's he doing?
It's called Corvid Codex. And he's basically him and a bunch of other authors. They're trying to get together kind of a pulp noir compilation book.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and I think that's why he was on. He was talking on another live stream, and I'm like, you know what? I watch the guy. I don't have to agree with everybody just to like him. You know what I mean?
That's true too.
Boring.
Exactly. You're right. But I was like, at first I was like, oh, what's he talking? And then like after it started going on, I'm like, I think I kind of like this guy.
Yeah. So
someone's at the door. Sorry, guys.
That's
all right.
But
Dog's gonna get him.
Yeah. But he can be. I guess my co-host. He said, yeah, he's a bit of a live wire. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, but he's right.
But he's not. He's got. He's well spoken.
Yeah, I like him.
He makes his point. So and that's the thing is, I want to hear from different perspectives. That's the whole point of
That is
what
the
I'm
point.
trying to do
You're
is
right.
getting interesting people, even if I don't
Sorry,
agree
guys.
with them. You know what I mean? Even if we disagree, or we, and we could still sit down and throw some math rocks, right? And
Yeah.
and there's a lot
No,
of
I
stuff
agree.
he does say that I agree. And like I said,
I forgot
there's
what channel he was on.
well,
I
he's got his
I was
own
going back
channel.
and forth with them.
Yeah, but it'd be.
Maybe it was
I'm trying to think who he
Max
was.
Lau's channel.
Legion of Myth.
Legion of
Yeah,
Myth.
I
I think
think
it
he
was
was
Legion of
on
Myth.
with Legion of Myth. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
There's
you know,
that.
but
Speaking of Legion of Myth, you guess what Edgelord Doc Flamingo called out and said was a good book. Oh, On Downtime and Domains.
Oh,
I'm telling
yes.
you.
I got that
Well, wait,
too.
We should.
there we go.
Me and you
Love
should be
that
getting
book.
a commission on that damn thing. We've been pushing that like Hari Krishna's over here, man.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah,
We've been
but
at
we
the
all
airport
got
showing everybody.
it.
that's the
Yeah.
downtime book, right?
Yeah.
I love that book.
It's a good
Yeah.
book.
That's a good book.
I think that's because so many people are just pushing these books that are like, well, it's like 95% complete trash, but there's this little sliver that's useful. And I'm like, why don't you just buy this? I mean, I don't like print on demand, but the whole book is pretty much useful. You don't
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
buy these.
I,
Yeah,
I
there's
Buy
a
these
lot
other
of stuff in it that's
$50
gonna be
books.
really
I
good.
love
Hey,
that.
see,
There
there we
it
go.
is.
Dean's got
You
it.
all have
And
it.
even if you're
I'm
an
the one who doesn't
edgelord
have it.
like myself that has evil parties, because that's all my friends like to do is be dicks. But it's got stuff in there for them.
Yeah. I try. I think I'm about done with different systems. I want to get Hyperborea, and I probably want to get Easy D6 just to kind of round out things. Maybe Stars Without Numbers. I've got
Everyone's been raving about the Without Numbers.
yeah.
I haven't played
Those
one
Crawford
of them.
books, man.
Yeah, I
I
have
haven't
just the
played one
one.
of
I
them.
They're worth
have Worlds Without Number.
And they
Yeah.
say the tables in them are great. They're
Yeah.
like in and of itself. That's the reason to get it.
Yeah.
And
It is a good brainstorming tool, and I also like the games in general. Not so much the fantasy one, because there's a ton of things I want to change, and then I end up with the problem like I should just play Pathfinder, or what do you call it? Worlds? No, not Worlds. X2.
X. Yeah. Well,
That's
and
the
that's
issue I end up with the Worlds Without Numbers, but the Stars Without Numbers, I really like that as a space game.
I'm
Yeah.
dying to do a space game with my friends, but
me too, man.
Yeah,
Me
it's
too.
it's
that's
third
why I got
edition.
Mothership. Everyone
Agile
raves about Mothership so much, and I'm like, okay.
We might be doing that on that Monday stream. The one.
Oh,
with,
yeah,
Rude.
Mothership?
At some point, somebody said they wanted to run Mothership, so we're like, yeah,
I'll definitely watch
down for
that.
It's good, low rules.
I mean,
easy to run. Yeah.
Yeah. We're
sure.
trying to.
What is Mothership? I've heard a lot about it, but I haven't done any.
Space horror, which is like two of my favorites.
Yeah, it's basically Aliens RPG, but in a really great packaging. And not that the Aliens RPG is bad either, but it's just it's a very
It's in a slim
very
rule
on
set, I
the
think.
edge.
Yeah.
Dark.
Is it
That
anything
box
like?
set's nice too. I like that box set.
It's
that
like
it came in.
Aliens.
Is it anything like
Literally,
Symphonian Stars? Anybody remember that one?
No, you're pulling out.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, he's doing the shadow routine here. He's like,
Yeah.
is there anything like this game that came out 35
It's
years ago?
obscure
You
thing
probably
that-
never,
that
probably never heard of
nobody's
it.
ever heard of.
I mean, I don't blame them.
It's basically it's Call of Cthulhu meets Traveler, and
Yeah.
it is
Oh,
the Traveler
Jesus.
engine.
Now I'm intrigued.
You
No, it's
can
more
be that.
Aliens.
It's more
more
aliens, though.
the movie.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, because
Yeah,
like
it's pretty much
the career
Aliens
paths you
movie.
could do is like you could be the android, the grease monkey, or the marine, and it's pretty much aliens. Kind of very simplified rule set, but so many people have written modules for it. It's gotten a lot of support. So
If I play it, I want to be.
Because I always got the impression it was like Metamorphosis Alpha.
No,
no.
no, it's Aliens RPG.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
I always
before
wanted
Free
to be
League put it out, it was
the
Aliens
Kodo
RPG. Before Free League got the IP.
Yeah. I think once I get Hyperborea and I do want to get Axe too. I want to have Alexander McCrease on sometime, but man, I'm so intimidated by him because
You know
If I
what?
he's
get
He
a
does come on
No,
if I get
I
a
had him on my
BX,
show.
Go ahead.
He's perfectly easy to talk to.
Just got to
because
approach him. Yeah, he's a good dude.
he's so dude is so smart, man.
Yeah.
I mean, and
That's
I've
another
always
level
considered
intelligence
myself
on
the
that guy. Yeah.
smart, and he's just like, yeah,
No, that guy. Yeah, that guy's he knows a lot of shit about a lot of things.
yeah.
Very sharp
I
dude.
still think my favorite story of him is just like forgot which intelligence service there was at the American one to come knocking because he calculated accidentally how far down a nuclear sub could go with his ascendant.
Oh
Ooh,
yeah, yeah,
Jesus.
yeah. He's man, he's like, oh,
So he's
but
so smart the government's knocking on his door.
Yeah, they're thinking, hey, can we Ted Kaczynski this guy? We just got to give him some
Maybe it is
LSD
good
and
I
fry
took a
his brain.
machete blow to the head.
Right,
That's pretty harsh, Paul.
right. They did, old Uncle Ted, and then he ended up living in a shed in the woods. But yeah, Worlds Without Number. You think it's just be a generic kind of D20 system, and then Kevin on Roger's show the other day showed in the back. I completely glossed over it. There's a entire section on factions and what they're doing in the background, and I
yeah.
love that stuff where it's like, oh, you guys are taking downtime and doing months. So it's like, well, every month the factions are all doing moves, and it gives you a
Right.
whole setup of how things are happening in the background. Because I love that as
stuff
opposed
like
to
that.
yeah, as opposed to oh, there's a main storyline. You're not
Right.
interacting with it. Nothing happens. It's like nope, they're
Right.
doing stuff the
Like
whole
a video
time.
game. Right.
Yeah, they're just sitting there. Wait, the NPCs are just waiting for you,
Right.
just rocking back and forth until you
It's
show up.
just like Sprite going, waiting outside of town so you can buy your plate mail and kill them.
Like old Dragon Warrior. Yeah.
but
So I
yeah,
actually have
I love that game.
I have a question to the panel since I think you all are a lot more experienced than I am. But how do you decide how much you need to prep for a new campaign?
well, whatever
Probably
you
depends on the
do,
game, right?
Yeah.
whatever you do, they're gonna do something you didn't plan for.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean that's a
Yeah.
given.
Murphy's Law.
Especially if there's I love Joe the lawyer, but man, he spends so much time going and he talks about spending 2 or 3 times the amount of time that the games session is prepping for it. And I get it because that's enjoyable. That's
Sure.
why
Yeah,
I love
it's fun to do that kind of writing, but you can't anticipate that they're going to engage with it the same way that you wrote it. I mean,
Exactly.
it never happens, you know.
Yeah.
They're going to go a completely different direction.
that was my first time running a game when our roommate, he had been running the games and this is what got me into Forgotten Realms and all that. And he's like, man, I really want to play. You want to DM? And I'm like, I don't know if I can. I'm kind of that come from that.
It's intimidating.
I'm not sure I could. And then I did it, and I'm like, whoa, I love this, man. This is better than playing.
I
Because
ended up doing that too.
it engaged all the gears. You know what I mean? It was like, man, because I got ADD. I know
I think that's required to be a DM is to have ADD.
Yeah, it's
Maybe.
like suddenly like you're engaged on all levels trying to, and you want to you're trying to compare, okay, I want to make it challenging, but I don't want it to be so, so overwhelming and
Like
then,
the other day on Roger's channel, how Jason was talking about how he plays characters and he's thinking about them and stuff. I'm like that with like DMing.
right.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm always thinking about the world and, oh, you know what? This would be a cool concept to throw at the table,
Yeah. And if they bite, they bite, but they're not always going to bite.
No, they're not. Exactly. You come up with
my
these
question was more
awesome
like
things.
not so much how you DM, but like how when you start out the campaign, like how much do you need there?
A local-ish world map. You draw that up, let the players see it, show them what town like they're going to start at, village, wherever, right? And then you might do a little work on the town, village. Who's who. The mayor, the innkeeper. A few. The buildings that they may go to, the shops, etc., like that. Give them a little bit of info on that. Give that to them prior to the first game, and let them get talking. Listen to what they're saying, and then
No
go
matter
where they
what,
decide to go.
no matter what you name your NPCs, if your party's like my friends, the mayor's going to be, oh, hey, it's Mayor McCheese, or they'll
Yeah.
come up with
Yep.
nicknames and stuff, and then you just roll with it.
It's okay. I have several places stopped at Borderlands, or Threshold, or that place before we get killed by players.
As long as if it helps them remember things, that's perfectly fine. Because sometimes, especially if you have like a week or two break, they show back up and they're like, "What's this game again?" And it's like, you guys, we're playing characters you don't
If
remember.
you want to go from scratch,
Well, that's
too,
what's
there's a
great
neat
about
little.
Discord, though, right?
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. What?
No, that's what's great about Discord. It can keep people, engaged in between game time.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
And if you want to do like traditional fantasy and you want to come up with stuff from scratch, there's a book. I think it's like a hex. It's like a hex generator. It's like, I forget the name of it. It's random. Oh shit. Oh well, I don't got it on me. But it's neat because you roll what sort of environment that you start out in.
Yeah.
I think it's called like random hex generator or something.
Oh yeah. I think I've seen that one.
It's like a black and white.
That takes away the fun for me. I want to make up like the world. If I like my D&D game, I wanted it to be a water world. I wanted to create a world that's like mostly water with a few islands, kind of Voyage of the Dawn Treader, Waterworld the movie, that sort of thing, and then let them decide what they want to do with it. You know what I mean? As opposed to randomly roll. Oh, okay, it's a mountain. No, because there's very little. Once I've done that, everything else is on them.
I think you focus on the local first, right? And you kind of have some stuff thrown out there on the end. And then I came to the point where I just would ask them. I said, okay, just kind of a general, where are you guys planning on going? So I can make sure that area is fleshed out for you next. I wanted, because you got to have that. You got to have that
collaboration.
Yeah, because because they're gonna, obviously, if you expect them to zig, they're gonna zag. So I started doing that. I said, hey, just give me a heads up here. Which way are you? Where are you kind of going, so I can make sure that is what I'm prepped for you guys in the next session.
Yeah. But as far as the prep goes, like, I don't know, maybe get like a few random places, because I always give them, like, lately, I used to do the whole railroading thing a lot, but I always give them choices. Do you want to do this, or do you want to go over here? There's someone being held hostage, or do you want to just go raid some other place, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's always good to have those things handy.
Well, that's why at the end of every game, you should literally, as the GM, go, okay, what do you guys want to do next week, so I can be ready for that. And then if the next week rolls around and they want to go and do something completely different after you've spent a week designing a 10-level dungeon, you need to punish them, and punish them very, very severely.
That's why I don't prep that much. To be honest with you, I think about it more. I do a lot of mental prep, but actual, putting to paper, where I think that they'll go or whatever. No, I leave it pretty much, freewheeling. I might have like one thing that is like, I think they might go in that direction.
That's why I love running.
And then, but I'll have several other things that might pop up that, they might gravitate towards as well. And then just flesh those out on the fly. I do a lot on the fly.
Yeah.
And, that's just experience, or
if you know the setting too, that helps. I mean, like I'm doing the Skyrim or Shadowrim game. or Forgotten Realms. Like if you know, like I've done Forgotten Realms for years. If you know, or Greyhawk for some people, if you know the setting, it's easier to just do things
Yeah.
on the fly.
You
Yeah,
know,
all the heavy lifting's been done.
well,
So
and
yeah,
It's
then,
been
then the other
done, yeah.
things are,
Yeah.
the other thing is that, I don't get, or let me try to get this straight in my head. I don't get worried about saying, hey, you know what? This is going to take us in a direction that I want to spend more time on. So we're going to close it down now, whether it's 2 hours into a game session or whatever, so that I can fully flesh that out.
Yeah.
And we could chat the rest of the time, but, I don't want to I want to do this right and do that. Sometimes you have to be willing to
Yeah.
shift gears
Well,
and to say, all right, you want to take it in a wholly different direction, then I'll need some time to at least get that straight in my head and get that right, and we'll stop it here now.
In
Maybe
the
that's part
meantime,
of
let's
my
have some whiskey.
yeah. It's part of my I guess my training as a school teacher when I put out lesson plans and had to have those lesson plans kind of plotted out where I was looking to go with the lesson and everything. And then the student would ask a question, would be like, oh geez, you know what? Wasn't expecting that.
yeah.
Let's delve into this a little bit. And or sometimes just the way I've written a lesson and I'm getting those blank stares. And it's like, well, I know I'm dealing with, fairly intelligent people. And if they're not grasping on at all to how I was doing it, then I need to change gears and I need to, reevaluate how I am going to approach trying to teach this lesson. And sometimes I could do that on the fly and just come up with a different series of questions that will get them there or whatnot. And, other times it's like, all right, we're going to come back to this next, tomorrow or whatever, and just do something else that will take their minds off of that so that we can re-engage with it in a better, more, better way. And same thing with gaming. It's like, if they're going through a dungeon and all of a sudden they decide, hey, we're going to go in this different direction, then fine. It's like, all right, we'll come back to this then, and
Give me time to prep.
I'll be better prepared for it. I'm glad that my players always turn to the right, so it's awesome. Like whenever given a choice, we'll take the right hand path, and it's like, all right, I know now that the right hand path is usually the way they're going to go. And
so you can do the left stuff later.
Yeah, I could do the left stuff
Leftover,
later.
right.
It's like I know they're always going to go to the right. But if they change something here, I just change which direction that room was in, and it's still going to the right, but it's in a different direction. But
I'm trying to figure out too now, since we're doing the whole Shadowrun thing. One of the guys is definitely going to probably try to do the whole Dark Brotherhood thing. So now I'm trying to figure out how to do that with him separately. You know what I mean? Without like pulling a guy aside for an hour. You know what I mean? While the rest of the table's hanging out. So
They're plotting against you because that's what they do.
They do.
They try to mess with you. I used to run into my biggest problem in running in Forgotten Realms was that guy, because he was DMing it before me, right? And
Probably read all the books and
yep. Well, I called him. I used to refer to him as a walking encyclopedia Veronica. Because he literally knew everything about every family.
It was basically the Elminster.
Yeah, and it's really, really hard as a DM.
It's like we were saying though, it takes the discovery away.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to running some of these other things, and I'm Castles and Crusades is on my thing. I've got all the stuff. I know, Richard, you said you're not sure that you like fitting Arid into it. I'm kind of looking to go whole hog into Arid in CNC.
yeah, the one thing I like Aired, what I did was I chunked it down and I started looking at just one specific region. I was using an adventure series, so I used the green canopy
Right,
was
right, right.
and so I used that, and so that's why I was like, all right, let me condense this down because I wasn't going to sit there and read through all of those things. I wasn't going to go through that whole setting because there's a lot. There's a lot in that, and I was like, nah, I don't want to get that involved with it.
Plus
So
all the books that they've been coming out, like the Darkenfold, and
yes,
the whole
right,
set of those that are very, very specific on a particular part of you
right,
know of
right.
aired. Yeah,
So
I've been picking those up, and there's like I think 2 or 3 of them out now that I don't have yet. That were and it's like, and they're not bad. They're good. I
yeah,
picked them up. But what I want to do is also I've got a lot of the Goodman uh, original Adventures Reincarnated stuff, and I'd love to take some of those and drop them right into aired,
yeah,
and run them under CNC rules, just kind of convert them over to CNC. There's a conversion pay a sheet that you can download for free
right.
from them to convert anything from 5e over. Of course, it's got the original. All the OAR stuff has the original
It's got. I was just gonna
printings.
say
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So, and you can pretty much just yank it and put it right over. So,
Those
you
didn't
know,
make the purge either. I had Lost City and Castle Amber with those.
oh
So
yeah,
I'm
I've
like,
got
I got the originals anyway, and I'm not gonna run 5e. So I'm like, and they're worth a lot. I'm like, yeah, I can buy a lot with this.
yeah, I've got the whole set. I'm in for the one that was the controversial one.
The Thracia one.
No, I've got Thracia.
The princess
The
one.
princess, yeah, the Silver Princess, Palace of
you.
the Silver
Oh
Princess.
no.
No, the one that what's
Oh, Baker made.
that Bob Bloodsworth
Bledsoe.
Bledsoe, yeah.
Yeah,
And Junior, of course, is kind of a
So what?
piece of work, but
who
you know
cares?
what?
He had nothing to do with
Bledsoe
the
didn't make
work,
it.
though.
Got
His
nothing
dad
to do
did,
right.
He had nothing
and
to do with the module.
right.
So
So
who
it's kind of
cares?
it kind of hurt to watch Joe Goodman, and I know Joe is on the opposite side of the political spectrum from me, but to see him tying himself into knots
That
over
was
that,
that was pathetic. He was
I
like,
was
"Oh, I
like,
was there in my
you can
dad."
never,
He's like
you can
Forrest
never
Gump.
apologize to that side because it
no,
doesn't
Like he
because
work.
was
Your
involved in
apology
everything. It's
will
like,
be
shut
blood in
up.
the water, and they'll tear you apart.
yeah,
Listen, gentlemen, and everybody in the thing, I'm going to have to wrap this up. We're going to have
Thanks
to
for
make
having me.
one more snow plowing venture before it gets dark, and then
Yeah.
we're going to break for dinner. So I
sounds
won't be live
Safe,
streaming
guys.
tonight at 7 o'clock. I'm going to probably be recovering from just trying to get my back straightened out. But you all have a great rest of your weekend, and thanks for
stay warm,
stopping
guys.
in.
yeah.
Be safe out there if you're shoveling snow or anything like that. And yeah, hopefully this thing ends fairly soon. Don't know. It's supposed to snow like all the way through the freaking night as well. But,
Yeah, we're
but we'll see.
expecting teens and then single digits on Tuesday morning. So
Yeah,
I'm hoping most of this rain. It looks like it's mostly stopped raining now. I actually see a little bit of sunlight.
yeah.
But I got my stream tonight here at 9 o'clock, and then
Yeah, maybe I'll catch that at 9.
yeah,
Um,
come
Yeah,
on by.
I might be back in action by 9 o'clock, but
Yeah.
I won't be doing my stream at 7.
And then of course
So,
Wednesday I've got my Babylon 5 thing, man, with
Yeah.
and that's at 8 p.m. Eastern. And we've got Peter Jurasik coming on, and man, he's such a delight to talk with. If anybody's got any questions, reach out to me and let me know.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to collect up questions. I don't think I've got enough. So even if it's about Crom from Tron or
Yeah.
anything,
You're right.
'cause, he was in Hill Street Blues, for like 25
Jesus.
episodes and the spin-off show.
You know,
Yeah.
he was in an episode of Married with Children as well.
He was in an episode of MASH.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like looking at his IMDb, and but he's the nicest guy. he and I hit it off really great. So I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to it. I'm hoping it's going to be great for everybody.
Yeah, I
So.
can't wait to see that.
Joe's hanging out at 8:00. All right, guys.
All right, man.
You'll have a great one.
Thank
Take it
you, guys.
easy. I'll try to
talking
catch your
to you
stream
all.
at 9, and I'll see who else